right.
Oof. All right.
Hello, Tom. How are you?
Oh, hello.
Hi.
I'm doing just fine.
Typical slick intro. That's why you tune in.
Yeah, to see the flawless...
The boys every Tuesday.
First of all, the chemistry.
Right.
We know each other really well offset.
Yeah, we do a lot better over the phone during the week than we do actually on the show. It's, the curse of having such a natural and effortless charm. It's when you start actually trying, you just become a floundering douchebag for some reason.
Yeah.
What's going on here? But yeah, welcome everybody.
What's up, Tony? He says, let's all be for a good ethnic cleanse.
Okay, good. Well, now, let's not start... We realize we are creating like sort of a liberation army of sorts here, but let's not go down the road of ethnic cleansing just yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say we need to hold off on that until we at least have 26 subscribers on YouTube.
We need to gain the support of the world community first.
Yeah,
hearts and minds, everyone.
We got it. That's the only way, man. And you know how you do that? Advertisements.
Sure.
So that'll be soon.
I have to spend some money.
Yeah. Got to spend money to make money.
All right, what are we doing? Why are we Hitler now?
I don't know. Yeah, this is
I don't know how that happened.
I don't like it. I gotta say.
But yeah, did a little high. I did a pretty high dose of mushrooms last night. I wanted to tell you about. That was
how'd that go?
Well, it was another one of those ones of like me and Tom have talked about this before. When you do a high dose of this particular type of mushroom, it really seems like there's other things in the room with you, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I had this going on last night where I'm like, what is this fucking animals running around and shit and like, people talking and like the room seemed, I was only with one other person, my buddy Paul, but I kept being like, who the fuck is out there? What's in the other room? Like, what's going on? Like, things are moving around and shit and whatever. So it was one of those creepy, like, trips of, like, where I think I accidentally looked into another dimension a little bit,
Yeah.
and was seeing...
Just looking at what's going on. And
remember, we kept seeing... One time, me and Tom kept seeing, like, little creatures run past and stuff. And, like, that's what was... that kind of thing.
And when you're both seeing the same shit.
Yeah.
But this is the funny thing is, like, have you ever thought of just, like, from our perspective, because it's some other, like we're peeking in like behind some veil into some, and like we're like all mystified, but really they're just like grocery shopping or they're just going about like the mundane bullshit. They're not actually doing anything. They don't perceive us.
They're just going about their day-to-day monotonous existences and
their drudgery.
But are we scaring the shit out of them?
We peek in. They're like, this is what they go report. Like, dude, I had the weirdest feeling when I was, I don't know. What do they do in that dimension?
I was grocery shopping, and the oldest teenager in the world just popped through a fucking hole in the aisle and looked at me.
He looked good. What's up, Eric? What's up, Tony? My God. Hope everyone's week has been going well. It's already Tuesday,
Yeah, man. Time flies. Really you know what I mean? It's like yesterday was Monday.
Fuck. Dude.
Yeah.
I can't. Trying to keep track of this.
I would say it is my most... the thought that I have the hardest time escaping is that time is constantly passing, and I've been obsessed with it for a long time. And I'm like,
my whole life.
Nothing. How do I describe it? When you're young, when I was younger and maybe more ignorant, or I felt like there was more in front of me, or whatever.
Sure.
It didn't bother me as much, and I could like be in the moment in experiences. Now there's a certain
level of like rushedness.
Yeah,
like and hurriedness,
and also
something.
like a sense of futility in that like everything is so fleeting, I guess, and I've kind of been obsessed with that notion for a while, and it makes it hard to do anything for your future or like you know what I mean, and like you're trying to live in the moment, and that was my problem for a while with like I was so out of control, like drinking and drugs and all that kind of shit, is because it just was like this thought would invade my mind of like this. This fight, and this fight against time, and like all of us as humans struggle to sort of attach some kind of meaning to our experience here and whatever, and then logically working through it and knowing that there is none, and then, is, and like this thing is. I remember when I was a little kid that I watched some documentary from the library or something that had this graphic of like, well, here's what's gonna happen one day. The sun is going to expand. and it showed it like swallowing up Venus and Mercury and then Earth.
The sun?
Yeah, the sun. When it starts to die, it's gonna like expand and swallow up the whole solar system.
Is that this year?
That is. I'm gonna check with the mayor, but
yeah, because I need to fucking plan for that.
I'll write to the village about this.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, I hope I didn't miss a post.
But yeah, like knowing that that's the inevitability, and then not having a strong sense that there's any real spiritual avenue to take away from here.
Sure.
And having the hope, I guess, but not really having like a strong faith in any way, man. It's I don't know. It's driving me crazy. Maybe I probably need to go to a therapist or something.
Yeah.
But
or just here.
Yeah.
For the Radioville podcast.
But you know what I mean about just like the constant. Every day, things go to become the past so fast. At my dad's funeral, the guys that were in my band, what feels like just
like
a
a
few
couple
months
years
ago or
whatever.
something.
Yeah.
And I looked at them and I realized, like, man, we haven't played together in like 6 years.
Yeah.
And so many of these memories are now all of a sudden 10, 11, 12 years ago. That's so long ago.
It's insane.
And it's not, so I'm not in the same era anymore, I feel like I've shifted eras. And then it's like, you'll be excited about something. Oh, I'm going to go on a trip. The trip is over like that, and it's a memory, and all you have is the fucking chunk out of your bank account.
Yeah, now,
and like,
here's two things.
So what is a memory good for? I don't even know.
Well, that's the thing is apparently when you die, you get to look at all of them again.
I always wondered that it'd be cool if you had was just like a video that you could.
Yeah, that you could like just watch forever.
Right. Yeah.
But also that'd be fucking lame. But one thing about the memories in conjunction with your father's funeral the other day, that was one of the things that I almost got up and said. I was going to be like, I didn't really know Vince, but this is an impressive turnout. And the stories, just the fact that there's so many stories, and you guys remember, I was going to be like, but really what I find the most impressive about all of this is that you guys can remember over a year ago. I was going to be like, how are you? What is this, like a superpower? What is this?
Did you all get together ahead of time?
Yeah, like do you write shit down? How do you do this? Right. I don't know. Like, I try to remember. I'm like, that could have been last year, 20 years ago. It's like I have no fucking time. I don't know what it is.
What?
But yeah, that was going to be my joke. That was going to be one of my jokes, and then it was just going to lead into a whole fucking thing. And I was like, well, I don't want to go up there and do stand-up.
I know. I like you're working out a stand-up routine during my dad's funeral. That's very nice.
I don't know what else to do. I was just listening.
Yeah, no. Are the lights?
But also, I was impressed.
Yeah, dude. But so the thing is, like, who cares? What's good about him? Like, you can have a memory, but like even like good memories now to me are just sources of anxiety. And and
yeah,
like
you're
they
like,
just,
oh god, that's farther away.
Yeah, it's farther away every single fucking second. And it
two aging men.
Yeah, I know, dude.
Two befuddled aging men grapple with mortality.
Right, and you're
and
just
brain damage.
marching, and like everybody. Why isn't this the only thing everyone is talking about constantly? Everyone's just walking around
because
having a normal time all the time.
Pronouns, you fuck.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
But like seriously, why is it not the constant focus of every single conversation is, we're gonna die, we're gonna fucking die, what are we doing? Everyone should be in a state of constant panic all the time.
Well, I would think, like there's a few doctors, like research scientists, biologists, shit like that I know of. David Sinclair is one of them. He's on the cutting edge of like battling senescence, which is the technical name for aging. But I would think, to me, like that's where all the money should go. Because what the
immortality,
the hypothesis is it's basically a disease. Like we don't have to. The telomeres in our cells, we understand. Like they've altered these in laboratory mice. Brett Weinstein did a whole thing about it, and that was actually a reason why laboratory mice are a horrible indicator of the efficacy or the toxicity of pharmaceutical drugs, because that's too long to get into, but basically your cells you have this limit so that because they constantly divide and they are reborn basically. Right. But if they keep doing it, then it's cancer, right? So then they have to have this limitation. There's this genetic, exactly. Yeah. So there's these telomeres, and however long those are, that's the limit of your cell's reproduction. And so then you start aging, you know what I mean? And then once that slows down and comes to the end. So they know that, and yeah, that would be to me. But yeah, Tony says the past becomes a fleeting memory. I'm all good with my mortality. Also, what's up, Con? But yeah, no. So to your point, though, I am fine. I don't enjoy it. You know what I mean? It's not like I wake up like, yes, another day older. You know what I mean? Fuck yeah, one more day to the grave. You know,
waking up is the creepiest part. Like the moment I wake up every day, I'm like, oh fuck. Like what? This I have to fucking figure this out still. You know, like sleeping is fine.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. Sometimes I think like if dying is just like sleeping mostly, then I guess it's fine. I don't know. But like the main fear that I think is not very unique, but I think the loss of consciousness and awareness is what you really fear, right? Because like I think most of us could deal with it's like if you knew for sure that your physical state would end, but your consciousness
would continue. Yeah.
Transcend.
So what you're saying is obliteration.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Non-existence.
Non-existence
is the fear.
Which, I mean, they've gotten somewhere in, I don't like when people, there's a lot of people that I respect and I know that they're diehard realists. They're like, if I can't touch it, it's not real. If scientists haven't named it, it's not real.
Yeah.
But my problem with that is the knowledge stretching back thousands of years, thousands and thousands into, almost as since recorded history has been being recorded. There are, the mystics and the ones that, and doing some of that shit myself. We talked about scrying. Actually, Jody brought up scrying earlier, said you should go back to scrying.
Yeah, scrying, for anyone that missed that, is kind of like looking in a crystal ball. It's a reflective meditation type of thing.
It gets real fucking, it gets real
and
wild.
You can go places. Yeah, it's fucking weird.
So, yeah, like my meditation practice, like I've done it for a long, long time. I was always in... into the Eastern sort of mentality when I was growing up. That's why I did martial arts and
like
shit.
New York, Connecticut.
Yeah, like Connecticut, Rhode Island.
So you're just very brash and materialistic.
Boston. Just fighting Philadelphia. Right. No, but the more I looked into it and got into all that shit, for myself, I've had experiences that sort of tell me that this isn't it. I mean, hallucinogens are one of them.
Right.
Powerful hallucinogens and big doses of them.
I was just thinking about that, like the experiences I've had with scrying, feeling like I did kind of go to another dimension of existence somewhere.
Oh, yeah. We could get deep into that, but I definitely have felt at least like I guess that took a look into like another version of me and like kind of was able to inhabit that body and like really feel like it doesn't happen a lot, but there's certain sorts of meditation that you can go real fucking deep in and kind of it's some sort of explanation. And like I said, there's always been these mystics that make these claims and they're not they're not provable by our current instrumentation or but is that just a lack of knowledge? Of course, they could be.
Yeah. Okay. I do remember when I was doing meditation regularly, and when you're like really into it, and you can slip into that other state very quickly.
Yes.
When you're practiced and stuff, and I do remember having the feeling of like that it was real in a way.
Yeah.
And I was able to like travel to anywhere.
Yes, and that's where that's what I'm talking about. I got to this place where it was like regular practice. Mm-hmm. And it, I'm actually getting back into it now. I don't know if you can tell. Do I seem more chipper?
Yeah, you seem very. Tom keeps reassuring me that he's very even keel, which is even creepier than just being volatile. Like he keeps telling me, "Man, I'm very even tempered."
I feel
I'm like,
very
all right,
even
Jesus,
keeled.
Stop saying that. It's fucking creeping me out.
That's what everyone says before they go on a fucking knife massacre.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's like, stop trying to convince me you're sane. That's
no, dude. Come over here tomorrow night around midnight.
Right.
Yeah. Meet me in the backyard
for a very sane thing I want to do. Trust me.
So
the meditation thing about getting back into it too. It's such a weird. type of momentum to try to get, especially when you're having the problems I'm having with anxiety over mortality and stuff like that. Because like being alone with your own thoughts in a quiet place is terrifying.
It's terrifying until you settle into
until you master it,
and then you're like, oh,
but no,
this is where I want to be.
Getting over that first few weeks or months or whatever,
or even just the idea of it. The idea of it, I think, is even more like, frightening than once you actually even just be like, okay, I'm going to do it for 5 minutes. I'm going to do it for 5 minutes. And the thing is if you've already done it, it's just like when I just first did shrooms again this last year after 20 years. It was like I was going to, my cousin's house that I hadn't been to in a long time. I remembered where everything was, and you know what I mean? I remember the smell.
Right. Yeah,
You know what I mean? I remembered just the ambiance and all that shit. It was like, oh, and then it was weird because, when you're hallucinating, like you were just saying.
You weren't actually at your cousin's house. You were just thinking about it.
Yeah, no. I'm just like that's just an analogy. It was just like going back to an old friend's house. You know what I mean? That I hadn't been to, or like
exactly right.
That hasn't changed or something. Like an old woman that was a neighbor or something that you used to go visit when you were a little kid, and then you go over there and you're like, oh my god, this is so familiar. Dude, I love it here.
I had a 10-year break from tripping, and when I was like, from like 18 to 28, because I had done so much as a teenager.
That's pretty much what I had to do.
And me and a buddy of mine did some acid when I'm like 28. And man, I remember that feeling of like walking back into, like you're saying, like this familiar place where and even re-recognizing myself and going like, man, I remember you.
Yeah, dude, that's
like,
funny. I was saying that out loud.
Like,
I was saying it to myself, and I was saying it to
the consciousness, the whatever.
Yeah, the whatever was taught, like looking at me and shit. I was like, I was like, dude, I don't know why I've been gone for so long. I was like, I
missed
you. Yeah, like dude, what have you been up to? You know what I mean? It was just that sort of feeling. And meditation is sort of like that, except not as, punch in the face type of a, you know what I mean? You're not just like plunged into this completely. But you could get there, man. You can get there. Mike says you seem like you got some really good weed.
Who, me?
Both of us, apparently.
Oh, yeah, man. Not really, but I smoke a lot of it. It's nothing special.
Yeah.
I did check out some dispensary weed not long ago, which I've never done before.
Oh, yeah?
But,
how'd that go?
Darcy was in there. We want to go mini golfing. And she's in there getting edibles, and I'm like, fuck it, we're not drinking or whatever. I'll do my date night thing of just get like a gram of awesome weed, and it was pretty fucking, dude. Yeah, it was like, it's interesting. You can't really get weed that good on the black market like you used to be able to. I mean, it's out there, but it's a little hard.
But
to
it's
find,
a lucky
and it's
find.
Expensive.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
Remember when years back the type of you could get shit around here that was like out of High Times magazine that
100%.
looked insane, dude.
Now you're make
whatever. Yeah. But that was all over the place. And now what I think happened is like a lot of the really talented growers.
Yeah, they probably just went
legal.
Into that.
It's easier. It's less stress. It's whatever. They're making a comparable amount of money, and they don't have to worry. You know what I mean? So it's like, because the dispensaries are not paying any less for bulk prices than their customers used to.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it's the same racket.
So when I got this stuff, I looked at it, I'm like, oh, and it was again, like we were just talking about, that feeling of like, hey, I remember you. Take a couple hits. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
And the cool thing about getting and I will say this.
What's up, Eric, by the way?
Becker. Hello.
I didn't say hi to him earlier.
I will say
this.
Trying
to say hi to people.
It's the biggest difference I noticed was, I think one benefit of like all the competition and regulation and stuff is that they're doing everything they're supposed to do exactly right. Whereas like you never know.
Yeah, they don't
you're
rush
buying
it.
Black market weed. Did they cure it long enough?
Yeah, did it dry long enough? Was it rushed?
Did they flush it? Is there fucking a bunch of bullshit in it? Whatever, but which is not a major concern for me most of the time. But still,
no, but you can tell
when you smoke the really good shit, it's like that high is so even and euphoric and happy. Yeah, you feel real sane, But like it was a big difference, and anyways, whatever.
Yeah, all right.
We should probably do some stuff.
Let's get into some stuff here, folks. What's up? Good to see you again.
So basically, so far, I'm afraid to die, and I've smoked some good weed lately. Anybody interested in this? What do you got? What do we want to start with?
We have somebody throwing their hat into the proverbial ring.
Andrew Critchlow, General Critchlow.
General Critchlow looking to step into the political out of the military. Now, I don't know. Can you hold two Can you be military and part of the political class at the same time? We'll have to figure that. We'll have to talk to the
our entire
the invisible hands that move us.
Yeah, our entire republic is rife with just unethical.
It really is. And I don't know. We need to shore that up.
Yeah, I mean, so
we can't be the Republic of Congo over here.
I'm actually fine with it.
Fuck it.
I think we should run this like a
when we said
full-fledged
we're
banana
lords,
republic
we're
kind of,
warlords.
Right,
is really what we are.
Yeah,
we call ourselves lots of things, but let's just be
I thought
honest.
we already
We're fucking
talked about
butchers.
that this was supposed to be like basically Liberia is sort of our, it's sort
that's
of
the model.
Right. Yeah. All right. So let's see this. I'm excited. We've
let's,
avoided watching it all day.
Yeah, we did. Let's just take a quick gander.
So this is how you enter the race for mayor of Radioville. We've had one before this, and all you have to do is make a little video, send it in, and you are in the running.
Yes. So let's just see how this goes.
Okay. General Critchlow.
Oh, hello everyone out there in Radioville. General Critchlow here, speaking to you on behalf of this mayoral race of 2022. You should vote for me, well, simply because I've already got this sweet-ass top hat. I'll get this hat balanced just as soon as I get these two befuddled old men's books balanced.
Tom blows.
Is that what his can says?
Yeah.
Tasty.
That's tasty. This motherfucker.
Yes. I am still a 2-star general. Wow.
Fucking drunk is he? Jesus Christ.
Vote for me by calling of 061 pi.
What is that? What
Piece
was
of
that?
pie?
Oh, it was a piece of pie?
Besides-
Good. Okay.
I've already got the keys to Radioville right here.
He would be one of those people that have 1,000 keys.
Yeah.
But I was going to mention that to you the other day. What does it say about a person?
In this video,
No.
Sorry. What does it say about a person, do you think, that they carry fucking 700 keys? Because people like that. Like,
Well,
the guy I work with, Max.
a lot
I don't
to
know
address here.
I don't know if he's watching, but he's got like 50 fucking keys on his thing that he carries with him all the time, and I'll be like, hey, I gotta run to the van. Can I have the key? And he'll hand me 100 fucking keys.
Yeah,
and
like,
I'm
well, which one?
With all kinds of attachments and
Yeah.
connectors and all this shit. What is that? What does that say about somebody? I'm gonna ask him.
I've had to have that. I've because if
There's
you're
there's
doing
no
multiple
way-
jobs,
He's not.
you'll have the keys to that house, the keys to that house, the keys to that house, the keys to your own house, car key. It's just like it gets to be.
But you need all of them all the time?
No, I mean most of them I don't even give back to the customers. Eventually, I'm just like, whose is this? And I just throw them away.
have,
Like this doesn't work on my doors. Fuck it. Now,
Anyways,
I don't know what
sorry.
kind of beer you were drinking there. It seemed like it was the brand was Tom Blows, and
All right, so now this video I like because he went to some effort.
Yes.
He put on a costume. Pretty funny. I don't know. What do we think out there? What do the super spreaders think?
yeah, let's see what you guys think about the effort that General Critchlow made in attempting.
And he's claiming that he gathered all those keys for that
Yes.
bit. 50 keys equals a janitor. Yeah, but it's so whatever. We you know what I'm talking about. I think there's some kind of like neurotic weird thing of somebody that needs to have 1 billion keys all the time.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But all right, well, you're in the race.
Yeah, he's in the race. That's
Yeah, so we have Jake Huff vying for the populist vote, and obviously this man looking for the elitist vote.
right. He's
Because he had a monocle hanging out of his hat.
right. He was a very like low rent carpetbagger.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Yeah,
right,
he was going to try to increase taxes on the poor.
He
For
looks,
sure.
Yeah,
Regulation is going to go through the roof.
He looks like he would like steal a patent.
Oh,
or
he
something.
probably has.
He would
He
never
stole
be,
all those keys.
He would never be like a cool villain, but he's definitely
But he's
like
a villain.
conniving.
Yeah,
and weaselly,
I could see him doing
you know?
this in the background.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That kind of a thing.
That is pretty much what Andrew Critchlow is like in real life. Though that wasn't even really a character. That's pretty much just him.
All right, not bad. Not bad at all. Yes.
Thank you
the
for that.
monocle, yes.
All right. What else we
All
got
right,
here?
what are we doing? All right, so Kevin Spacey back in the news, folks.
Yeah. In England, right?
In Britain, let me pull this up. For
Britain.
us.
I thought
Britain,
it was England.
across
Sorry.
the pond in Britannia.
Does anyone even know?
The difference between Britain and England?
Well, I think I do.
Yeah, Britain is like the whole isle, like all the isles, right? It's Scotland. I think it's still Ireland. It's
Great
Wales.
Britain is like all those, right? And
Yeah,
then
it's the Welsh.
England is just
England
the
is
country.
the country of England.
And then you got.
Yeah.
What else is there? All right. Anyway, sorry.
There's Scotland, Wales, Ireland.
Yeah, Ireland. I've been there. So when I was in Ireland, I was in Great Britain. Nobody told me. Is that true?
It was at one point.
Okay.
I don't know if they are. Dude, come on. All right. Anyways, Kevin we have a call coming in. Oh boy.
Okay. I think I'm got a good idea who it is. It's not ringing anymore.
Oh, it stopped ringing. All right. Well.
Call him back. Enough of this shit.
Yeah.
This is our policy. You've seen us do this before. This is our policy. If you call and hang up, we will call you back as many times as it
If we
takes.
can figure out how to do it.
What's wrong?
I never remember how to fucking do it.
You just got to get it. Look where the missed call is.
Yeah, I know. Look. Click. Nothing. Click,
nothing?
Click,
Ah, whatever.
Click,
All right.
click. Yeah, fuck it. All right.
All right, call us back. I'll leave the thing up so we know.
Kevin
this next time.
Spacey. This is an article in The Week. Kevin Spacey's latest criminal allegations. What the actor's newest misconduct allegations mean amid his comeback effort. Oh, he's trying to come back? I didn't even know. Nearly 5 years after first being accused of sexual misconduct, disgraced actor. Now, disgraced is that's a judgment call. Maybe he wasn't.
Now, why is it that people didn't seem as outraged about his stuff? I mean, because it involved.
Yeah, it was kind of hush hush.
It involved an underage. Boy,
Yeah, and him like
right?
throwing him on a bed and trying to take advantage of him, drunk or something.
And being pretty aggressive
Yeah.
and whatever. And so at least that was the
Well,
story.
I honestly, I think part of it was because it was directly in the Me Too movement, and at that time, it had not. Men were not looked at. It was like, no. This is about women in the workplace being, you know what I mean?
Maybe that, and
I think that was.
he also made like sort of a PR play at the time. I remember.
I
that,
know,
where he was
we'll
like,
watch a nice-
"Well, I'm coming out as gay," and everyone
Yeah, it
was
was like, yeah, no shit.
Okay, then.
Yeah, like, well, we
Yeah.
kind of knew. First of all,
Yeah,
you've
but-
never been seen with a woman.
But also, that was a really weird like play because it was like for the sympathy thing, and it's the whole like
Yeah.
victim scale or whatever. So it's like, well, if I'm gay, you can't be that mean to me, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Like I'm,
or something, like-
I'm indemnified from your scorn
right. Yeah.
somehow, or at least it's limited.
But
so.
everybody always knew he was gay. I remember friends of mine in New Orleans. He used to hang out at this place called the Circle Bar. That they like. He didn't really try to hide it, I guess, and he was.
That sounds straight as hell.
Because I remember them saying like, when I first heard like, oh, Kevin Spacey came in here, I was like, oh, that's cool, and they were like, actually, it's not. He's pretty creepy.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah. Then that was what I heard fucking 20 years ago. It was like, no, it's actually pretty creepy. He's pretty much just wants to chase around little boys and shit. Like that's what the rumor was there, all that many years ago. But so, anyways, I imagine if I knew that, then like, whatever.
All right, so. Nearly 5 years after being accused of sexual misconduct, disgraced actor Kevin Spacey is facing new charges as he attempts an acting comeback. Here's what you need to know. All right, The Week. Settle down.
Yeah.
What are the new charges against Kevin Spacey?
This is the situation.
Yeah. Britain's Crown Prosecution Service, first of all, changed the name, announced on May 26th it authorized criminal charges against Spacey. 4 counts of sexual assault against 3 men, as well as 1 charge of causing a person to engage in penetrative sexual activity without consent. Hey, that's called rape.
Yeah,
You don't need to be so worried, Britain.
When I read that phrasing, like, yeah, why? What's with the the superlative explanation?
What was he guilty of? Oh, he caused the person to engage in penetrative sex. Oh, he raped him. Oh, please. This is Britain. This is jolly old England. We don't use words like rape.
Oh, sorry. I think I've been jingling my keys
jingle
around
your
this whole
keys.
time. Sorry. I got them out to count them, and so
You're like
look,
3.
4. Okay.
Oh, ooh, all right.
And
Moving up in the world.
I don't even know what most of them are.
Now, first of all, why do the charges have to be authorized? Whatever.
Who knows?
Was this peer review? The authorized charges came after a Metropolitan Police investigation. Two of the charges stem from incidents that allegedly took place in London in March 2005. Okay, well, this is dipping back a while, but I guess there's no... While two more stem from incidents in August 2008 in London, and another stems from an April 2013 incident in Gloucestershire.
Yeah. So he's claiming innocence, of course. He says, I'll voluntarily appear in the UK as soon as can be arranged.
Well, that would be
I
difficult
like that
for
too.
him.
It's like, it hasn't been... We haven't really,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
logistically... You know,
I mean,
it's-
I'm not a man of means. It's not going to be easy, but I'll do my best.
as soon as can be arranged and defend myself against these charges, which I am confident will prove my innocence. I mean, that's just what you say, right?
Yeah, so where are the actual incidents?
Let's see. I don't know.
Okay, he cannot be formally charged unless he enters England or Wales. Oh, so if he doesn't go back there, this is like a... what's his name?
Roman Polanski
Roman
situation.
Polanski situation.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, this isn't Spacey's first time facing criminal charges since the sexual misconduct allegations emerged in 2017. In 2018, Spacey was charged with indecent assault and battery for allegedly groping an 18-year-old man at a bar in Nantucket. Oh, not in Nantucket, Kevin.
I know.
Come on.
Imagine the limericks that will
I
come,
know.
will come
What
from
are you
this.
doing? What are you doing?
a little on the nose, don't you think?
You might as well go to Walla Walla, Washington and do your next
yeah.
fucking sex crime, you pervert.
Yeah.
You fucking playful pervert.
Yeah. Why don't you go to Penis, Ohio?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. He pleaded not guilty, and on Christmas Eve 2018, he released a video speaking in character as Frank Underwood from House of Cards, which drew widespread confusion and derision. Now, we could watch that video, couldn't we?
Which?
The
one
his Christmas 2019.
Yeah. So after the last time, what did he? Because what show was this from? I don't remember what the character was from.
This was House of Cards, which I never watched.
Okay,
but this was 2018, right after his
public
shaming
and,
or outing as a fucking pervert.
Well, he sure owned that. I like that too. Like, yeah, like a story comes out that you're definitely gay, and you're like, I have an announcement to make.
Yeah.
No.
Late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
It better not be that you're gay, though.
Yeah.
Is it you're gay?
Because if it's that.
Yeah. That's not an announcement.
Right.
It's a confirmation, possibly.
Yeah.
But all right, let's watch this video, because I think everyone at the time, and I think this kind of went away the way of the Epstein death, just disappeared.
Right.
But I think everyone at the time was a little befuddled.
Yeah, so this
about this.
It was his response to all the allegations.
Yeah,
and,
and he did
basically
it as
and he did
his
it
character.
in character, which is so
fucking
deranged.
weird.
Yeah, I mean, and it shows you it's one of the great examples of somebody who's been so famous for so
Just
long and so
detached.
successable that they have no attachment to society.
they're like,
anymore.
"This'll
Yeah.
do it."
Like, this is what they want.
You know what they want.
Yeah. Right.
Hold on. Get my assistant.
You know what?
His assistant comes in, he gropes him, and then he tells him the plan.
Yeah. They're gonna eat this up.
Oh
This is
God!
definitely-
Wait until. Okay, you think I'm in trouble? Oh, do you?
Yeah,
Just
right.
wait. Just wait. I got something for you. All right, let's watch.
the doctor at work.
All right, let's take a look. Hey, shut up.
You didn't
phone.
really think I was going to miss the opportunity to wish you a Merry Christmas, did you?
Jesus.
It's been a pretty
Look
good
how
year.
creepy this is.
And I'm grateful to have my health back. And in light of that, I've made some changes in my life, and I'd like to invite you to join me.
Also, put down the poker.
Yeah, dude, stop.
You were just accused of violent,
Right.
aggressive, sexual.
You don't even
misconduct.
be holding like Alfred Hitchcock weapons right now.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
As we walk into 2020, I want to cast my vote for more good in this world.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say for the
I-
mayor of
I know what
Radioville.
you're thinking. Can he be serious? I'm dead serious. And it's not that hard, trust me. The next time someone
reading.
does something you don't like, you
Just
can go
like
on the
Obama,
attack,
can't do it
but
without
you
a
can also
teleprompter.
hold
You
your
know.
fire and do the unexpected. You can kill them with kindness.
Ugh.
What?
Did you do that, or did he?
No,
put that? That's
this is in there.
Oh my God, man, what was that?
What?
That was so bizarre, right? Yeah, the
Yeah.
guy's obviously insane.
Obviously, not
if that's not total and utter insanity, it is the most shocking display of hubris I've ever seen in my entire life. You know?
Yeah. So well, anyways, he's back in hot water. He needs to go back to England.
4 years ago.
Yeah. Right here on
Radioville.
Radioville. Population Truth. All right. What else do we got here?
Yeah, we don't. The Kevin Spacey thing is done, right? We got. Yeah. You want to show me that New Orleans monument thing?
Oh, sure. I think.
Yeah, I wonder if I'll have any insight into this.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought
I used to be a resident of the
you
fine
were,
city
you were.
Never,
let me hold
never
on,
officially, but
there.
lived there off and on throughout my late teens, 20s,
well,
early 30s.
I don't know why that's being said like that, but okay.
What happened?
No. I'm saying
why I'm doing that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, so
autistic or something.
Yes,
artistic. Sorry.
Artistic.
Yeah.
So this I just came across, and some people are, I don't know, I guess, not happy about this. I just thought it was an odd choice. So this is
what is it? Where is it?
This is in the NOLA. This is on NOLA.com. 2-story Black Power hair pick.
What?
Symbol of African identity erected near Gallier Hall.
I don't even know
they
what that
made
is.
a 25-foot hair pick in honor of black folk.
Weird.
That's not, I would think maybe a cult. I get no, but it's an
nothing
odd
like
thing.
Wrong. It's
no,
weird.
but it's an odd. I thought. It's a cool sculpture.
It's hard to put your finger on why it's weird.
But it's weird.
Yeah.
I don't like. What would you? I don't. Yeah. It doesn't.
I guess it's kind of weird that is
like it's a hair pick.
That's your symbol.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever really been
what is it supposed to represent?
So a gigantic afro hair pick decorated with a peace sign and surmounted by a clenched black fist popped up in Lafayette Square on Friday evening. A social media video shows New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell pulling away sheeting to expose the estimated 24-foot tall steel creation. All Power to All People by artist Hank Willis Thomas. Cantrell declared the new addition to the city's streetscape breathtaking. Now, I do think it's a cool... I just thought... I don't know. It doesn't... It's an odd choice. It's just... It's a style... You know what I mean? That would be like... I don't know. I don't know what to...
It gives me the feeling that it's hilarious, but I can't explain why.
Yeah, or like mildly accidentally racist.
But yeah,
you know what I mean? But it's
I don't
not.
think it is
I don't
really,
know.
but
I don't
yeah.
know. Like maybe... I don't know. I would be apprehensive to be like, "Hey, I made something for you," and then give my black friend like a clay. You know what I mean?
What if a white person gave any black person a hair pick like that? Like,
I mean, if you were
would
great,
that be
good
accidentally
friends with
racist? Yeah, I guess if you were
good friends with
and
them,
you knew they had like
and like they use them,
a hair pick
and it's a cool one,
whatever,
yeah. Then
different colors
maybe
for different outfits and shit. You know?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean So apparently this thing is going to be making its way across the states.
So where that is too, that Lafayette Square is one of the most like classically just like full of derelicts and homeless people.
Oh,
and
really?
Stuff. It's very weird there. Yeah. I used to ride my bike through there all the time, and yeah, you'd go quick and like try to avoid.
So I guess this says the enormous sculpture recalls the Black Power movement of the 60s when the silhouettes of hairpick, combs, and raised fists were symbols of racial identity and political activism. I don't. Was the pick? Maybe that's something. Maybe I'm ignorant on that point.
The Black Power fist.
The fist, for sure.
Well, the Black Power fist hair pick in particular is like
I got you.
It is like an iconic thing that a lot of people had, and I've heard it like referenced in music and stuff. And
okay, so then it makes more sense.
Yeah. So
okay.
I guess it is kind of cool. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's a cool sculpture too, and
something about it just kind of catches you off guard at first, where you're like, well, I know I had the same feeling as you at first, where I'm so used to seeing things that are accidentally racist or something, or ironically racist.
That's why I wanted to get more opinions, because when I first saw it, I was like, that seems. I don't know. Oddly, let's throw it to the super spreaders. What do you guys think?
Yeah, phone lines are open.
Yeah, phone lines are open.
The number up maybe of 061 pi. That's of the word, 0 the number, 6 the word, 1 the number, pi the word. Dial it up. Join the conversation.
061 pi 60749 1743.
Talk to the maskless bandits. We haven't said that in a while.
Ted had a hair pick. That's true. Your brother had a hair pick. I had a thick hair, wire hair, and always had a pick to get. Yeah, I mean, my sisters had hair picks.
Sure.
And I had pretty kinky fucking hair. But yeah, that's what. Okay,
Yeah,
so Tony
back when
says a hair pick, a piece of plastic that styles hair. That's what I mean. It seems, I guess, if
It
it's
seems like sort of an arbitrary
or
symbol,
like trite.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? It seems like trite to me.
But if it's supposed to directly kind of honor the like 60s and 70s Black Power movement, it kind of makes sense. I mean,
sure, but yeah, I mean, I guess, but you wouldn't. I would think. I mean, I guess if it's like unique. So if you're going for a sculpture that's going to be, noticed, but wouldn't you do like an amalgamation of like Malcolm X and Dr. King and you know what I mean? Like that's already been done. I get it, but if you're
like a bronze statue of like all three of them,
yeah, like
whirling
like
around
a
each other.
Hellraiser.
Yeah. There's one of those.
No, not like that.
But
yeah, that'd be.
Where is that
also
at?
a cool
One
sculpture.
of those towns. I think it might be Lockport. There's there's a really weird Abraham Lincoln statue. I'll have to take a picture of it next time I'm there, but it's like 4 Abraham Lincolns like twisting around each other and stuff.
Groping each other?
No, they're just
Dude,
like,
you should tell Kevin Spacey about this, man. He would.
It is like the thing of like
love it.
Inside of you there are 4 Abraham Lincolns and it's like a
What?
spiritual
I think I saw a video like that.
Quadraphonic manifestation of
at least
of
3
Lincoln, but yeah. Like, anyways, whatever. That's what I'm picturing for what you were saying. But no, the more I saw that Black Power Fist hair pick statue, it is kind of cool.
It is a kind of a cool statue.
Yeah,
now that I'm looking at it more, but yes, I've been requested to say this seems trite to me in a British accent.
Okay.
Yes, and yes, and it just seems a bit or maybe incredibly trite to me. All right. We have a call coming in. Yellow, you're on with Tom and Vinny.
Let's find out
What's
who
up?
it is together. Hello?
Yeah, Tom, I saw that Abraham Lincoln porno myself. It was titled Lincoln Logs, I believe.
Yes. Okay. And there were 4 of them. 4 bearded gentlemen.
Is that where
entering
the term,
one other gentleman in various ways, and it was very artfully done, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had some sweet-ass top hats as well.
They had nice top hats, not as nice as our submission today, because that one didn't fit.
Right, yeah.
That was nice.
And that was a wonderful submission, by the way. But is the term log cabin Republican? Wasn't that like a secretly gay Republican?
Yes.
Was that what that meant?
Yeah.
Now, is that because of Lincoln was a secretly gay Republican and he lived in a log cabin? Okay.
Yes, it is. And I believe that's
Excellent.
why Mr. General Critchlow is finding these types of videos online. And
now, do we know for sure that Lincoln was gay?
No.
We're not sure.
No.
But it seems that way, yeah?
Yes.
There were some of those
he
accounts of him
he
like
lived and slept
sleeping
in the same bed with it, which wasn't uncommon at the time, but
right, kind of
he
weird.
did
though.
it.
'Cause if it happened once in a while, like there's nowhere else to sleep and you guys are drunk or something, you just pass out. That's fine, I think.
Well,
but like,
don't try it.
I mean,
okay.
I'm not going to do that here. You've got couches.
I was
going to
say there's other places,
right? Yeah.
My first act as mayor shall be to getting to the bottom of whether or not Abraham Lincoln was
all right. See, now we're getting
not.
somewhere.
Okay.
Now we're getting somewhere because this is a possibly.
Vote for me, 2-star General Critchlow. I'll get to the bottom of this.
Do you? Yeah, I was. I was going to ask you if you wanted to make any other campaign promises or anything, but what was the main purpose of your call, sir?
Oh, he wanted to.
Just to
let me know that he had
tell
also
Tom
seen
the
that.
title of that Abraham Lincoln porno.
Oh, that was
Go
it?
get off my
Lincoln
phone now.
Logs.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
All right. Good luck in the election, sir.
Yes. Best of luck and Godspeed or whatever the fuck.
Sure.
All right. What else do we have? We've exhausted. Yeah, but okay. So I guess our conclusion is pretty cool sculpture. I like the message. All power to all people. Look, I'm not like some sort of. Everyone thinks because I fucking make fun of the current state of the left in America that I'm some sort of a right wing. Well, no.
There's a difference between like making fun of people who are hysterical and
exactly.
and often just wrong.
And
there's a difference between that.
There's a huge difference.
And actually wanting bad things for other people.
Yes, exactly. And most of my, you know what, this can lead us into a little thing that I wanted to show you, actually.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Yeah, do your thing. But yeah, most of what we rally against, or at least poke fun at, rally against is maybe a strong term for what we do. We don't really rally anything. You know what? I'm going to silence my phone.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm involved
I was trying to, while you were saying that,
ridiculous
I was trying to look
text
up
conversation.
So there used to be a statue of General Robert E. Lee in what was called Lee Circle in New Orleans, right? Big tall statue with
he was a tall man.
Him sitting, yeah, right. He was sitting at the top of the statue, and it was cool actually. Back in the day, we used to go climb up inside of there,
Whoa.
and it had those, those arrow slits that you shoot out of.
Yeah.
So I don't know really how old that thing is, or if it ever actually served any sort of like defensive purpose, But you could climb.
What are those
through
called?
this.
I used to know that.
Yeah.
Not turrets.
No. I wanted to say stanchions, but that's not right. That's for holding up lights.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah.
But no. So, anyways, you could climb up there and like sit up there in this little pod section at the top and look out of these things. It's pretty cool. But the point is, everyone just when they were taking down statues and that whole thing a few years ago. Which, by the way, what happened to that? How come we're not doing that anymore?
Yeah.
I was ready to
They're
take
all
down
gone.
every single statue in the country. I'm fine with it. Like, just take them all down. I don't care. Well, I love the circus of it.
Ramparts.
So,
Thanks.
So I was there when they took this down, and I was looking up just now what they replaced it with. Do you want to look at it?
Sure.
It's called the Simone Lee. If you want to just pull this up, it's Leigh statue, Simone. Temporarily fills former site of Robert E. Lee Monument in New Orleans, and we'll find out what this is together. I'll read while Tom pulls it up. Last week. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Simone Lee. How do you think it's Leigh? Leigh. What do you think that is?
I don't know. Yeah, yeah, that's Lee.
Lee. Yeah,
Yeah.
Simone Lee statue sentinel was placed in. Oh, they renamed the circle. It used to be called Lee Circle. Now it's called Eaglelight. I assume it's one of the root words of like egalitarian or something. Circle in New
Probably.
Orleans. The circle formerly known as
Holy
Lee Circle.
fuck.
Yeah, can you silence it?
It's not.
Once
It won't
held
do it.
a monument to Confederate General blah, 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 blah. So this thing is bronze sculpture aims to undo the legacies of power that the Lee statue represented and was specially designed for the Prospect 5 and the circle. I don't know what this fucking means. The sculpture depicts a snake wrapped around a slender female body whose form resembles a spoon. Okay.
Huh.
This statue
We're
is
looking at it.
fucking weird. Look at this thing.
Yeah, no, we're looking at it.
A snake around a woman's body whose head is a spoon. Well, and we
Yeah.
all know
Well, that's
that
what?
that represents. I mean, this seems like it has some heavy biblical connotations.
Yeah,
you know what
this
I mean?
looks-
The serpent
yeah.
and Eve, perhaps. And
Yeah, but what's the fucking ladle?
I mean, the spoon has to represent like feeding or nurturing, right, or something
I
like
don't
that.
know.
I would
Yeah.
think. And so this is what. Now I remember the original plan was awesome. It was they were going to replace it with like it's like a triangular prism of light that represents all people equally
Okay.
and stuff. And it was just
Now this one
really
is
bland. Like,
what's striking me right off the bat is, well, first of all, that the head is a spoon, but also the statue has 1990s Madonna tits,
yeah, what is that?
the conical variety of breasts.
Yeah, odd
Very
choice.
pert, very
It does
nothing sagging.
It does have kind of
Very,
the shape of like old
yeah, braziers.
no, but those like ancient African like fertility statues and shit like that.
Okay,
You know what
yeah.
I'm talking about? So
Yeah, the snake spoons we called those.
right.
The serpent
Old
spoons.
snaky spoon. The design is inspired by the various cultures of African. How do you say this word? I'm such an idiot. Diaspora.
Where are you at?
Diaspora.
Diaspora.
Diaspora that mix and flourish in New Orleans.
Okay.
Mami Wata is a water deity shared by many African cultures, while the spoon shape is an important symbol. Why is this jumping around? Of status in the Zulu culture. Okay, so
Okay,
I
well.
guess in the Zulu culture, if you own a spoon, you're a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I don't.
You know what I mean?
Maybe they
That's like-
passed it from generation to generation.
Yeah, even the placement of the sculpture seeks to subvert the hierarchies established by the Lee Monument. Unlike the monument, which was placed on a pedestal, Sentinel sits on the ground in front of
Rude.
the raised platform. Oh, so that's kind of annoying. Like we don't want it to be high up. It's
No,
gonna
no,
be-
you-
it's-
yes, you do.
Yeah, you do. So we can see it better. Like,
Yeah.
What do you think?
Status is not a bad thing, but okay, I get it.
All right, so that's
All right.
the story with that. Whatever. Oh, whoa.
Whoa,
I see white
okay.
supremacy in the next paragraph. Let's find out what this is. Ultimately, Simone felt, and we agreed, That's some guy saying this. And we agreed that because the original placement of the Robert E. Lee atop the pedestal was one of power and domination, the statue loomed over the city, symbolizing the tyranny of white supremacy, that her work should be closer to the level of the individual. That's why it's on the ground. Very contrived, in my opinion.
Yeah,
But,
seems, again.
no, what do you think about what do you think about that? Because I always did think it would be kind of weird if you were in, especially New Orleans was like, at one time, 85% black or something,
For sure,
and
yeah.
it was like, it would be weird as a black person to have like the leader of the Confederate Army always
100%,
fucking
yeah.
over top of you,
Yeah, that was like the whole,
like for white people, I think it's easier for us to just look at it as like, that's
historical
a long
figure,
gone
yeah.
historical figure. Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, also, it was a losing general that tried to
That is also
take
weird.
over the country.
Yeah,
Like,
you don't have in many other countries a civil war fought and then monuments erected to the losing side
Yeah, that
last
never made
for
sense.
decades and decades and decades.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
To me, that was always like, okay.
But that's part of the freedom of expression that we have here, which is one of the more unique things about
And also,
this place.
one
But,
of the 10 posts of the
Right.
the republic that we supposedly had or have. Or,
Yeah, but did you ever go to the South when you were a kid?
No, not really.
We would go down to
South Side,
Sure, yeah, not many Confederate flags there.
not a lot.
But
Actually, unfortunately, there are actually.
but they're all in basements. and,
Yeah,
like,
the rednecks down there
Yeah,
all
right,
fucking
yeah.
have them. So,
But they're-
that's
they're
another
not
thing I
putting them
never
up.
understood is during that whole kind of controversy about the fucking Confederacy and all that shit, there were people I knew like in Wisconsin and in Illinois and shit that were like, I should be able. I'm like, you're from the Union. What the fuck are you talking? Like, you're in the Wisconsin is almost as north as you can get.
Yeah,
in the
it's-
fucking Union. I
it's-
never understood. It's like even if it was a symbol of the South, you're not in the fucking South. So
Right.
who cares? Why do you give a shit? That
And
struck me as
also-
racist. Then you're just like,
I'm pretty sure the modern Confederate flag was actually like the Virginia battle flag.
yeah,
It wasn't even the real
Yeah,
Confederate
yeah.
flag, and then it was the one for some reason it looked better, and they were using it. Mostly starting in like the '60s in response to
the real one was
civil.
just like scribbled.
Yeah.
It's just horrible. They're like, wait a minute, Virginia.
It just said "fuck you" on a piece of white paper. No, but I think that the modern use of the Confederate flag was in response to the civil rights movement. So it's kind of bullshit when most people just go like, "No, this is my part of my culture." And
Yeah,
stuff.
no,
like
it's not.
it's
No,
really
it isn't.
not. You know,
But the original one was just a picture of that statue of the spoon snake, and just with this.
yeah,
They're like,
no spoon snakes.
Yeah.
No,
we don't need our spoon snake goddess around here. We're in the
African
South.
Get out of here with your African diasporas.
Yeah. Diaspora.
But,
thanks, Cadence. Thank you, General Ann.
But no, I was gonna say when I was a kid, and my dad would take us down south because he played in that band Goose Creek Symphony that was toured Appalachia a lot and stuff.
Sure.
So when we would go through Tennessee and Kentucky back in the '90s, I remember it being a completely different world. It's not really like this anymore, but I mean Confederate flags everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every gift shop.
Yeah.
Had all you could buy every Confederate piece
mugs
of thing.
of- yeah,
just
everything.
everything,
Yeah, yeah.
dude. And
Totally.
It is weird how that prevailed as such a as a like a cultural norm or whatever for so long. But
Yeah,
whatever,
it just
it's
kind of
a-
went unnoticed. Now,
And I'm also not saying that like people who are into that want to have slaves. I don't. It's not. That
yeah,
either,
it's not
you know?
that. Okay, so we were talking just momentarily about why we sort of lambaste some of the current left in this country right now, and that I think the reason that hairpick monument sort of struck me as possibly accidentally racist is because the people that are these woke folk are so many times accidentally racist, and we cover
Sure.
that so much. But speaking of, I came across a video, and we can take a look at it before break if we'd like. It's just 4 minutes, and I thought this illustrated some of what we talk about here pretty well.
Okay.
And so yeah,
I'm
if
into it.
we
Which
want
one,
to,
which one is this? What is it about?
well, this is about the guy's asking about voter registration. Okay, and you'll see where this goes. But yeah, I don't really need to explain it because he will do a good job of it. And
No, this is something where like, yeah, I think I know where this is gonna go. But
Yeah,
it's,
you'll see.
Yeah, it's it's something where he's interviewing people about whether or not they support voter registration laws and why? Is that sort of where we're going here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So okay. So we'll yeah. Let's take a look. Oops. Hold on. There we go.
You got sound up?
I'm Ami Horowitz, and I'm here in Berkeley, California
this
to find
guy,
out
yeah.
if voter ID laws suppress the black vote.
Yeah, this is a great example of accidental racism.
Yes.
And that, like,
Do you have an opinion on voter
And what?
that, like, the patriarchal view of minorities that a lot
Yeah,
of white
so,
liberals have of, like, they're not like us.
Yeah. Yes. I think
They
you
can't
see where
do
this
what
is
we
going.
can do.
Yes.
Yeah, like,
ID
All right.
laws?
Yeah, they're usually pretty racist and they're bad. I think voter ID laws are a way to perpetuate racism.
Would you go as far to say those laws are racist?
For sure.
Do you think it suppresses the African American vote?
Definitely.
Tell us why.
Because they're less likely to have state IDs.
Minority voters are
Yeah.
less likely to.
how do
have the
people?
kinds
Is
of-
that what people actually think?
I don't know.
You know
Okay,
why
this
that is? You've never known any black people.
Yeah.
You
What
don't
are you
understand that
talking
they're
about?
living in the exact same fucking world that we are most of the
Yes.
time. You know, I mean, I understand there's differences in our neighborhoods and culture sometimes, but like
For sure.
But still, it's like you obviously have never worked around or hung out with or had any black
Yeah.
people in your life. If you think
That they don't
have
have
IDs, like
What are
how
you-
would
what
they
the
be
fuck
getting
are we
by in
talking
life? Like what? Are you,
Yeah.
like, what are you
So
talking
yeah,
about?
let's keep it going.
less likely to have the kinds of IDs that have been described or required.
These type of people don't live in areas with easy access to DMVs or.
What are
Now,
you talking
yeah,
about?
These kind of people
These kind of people, yeah.
don't live in areas with easy access to DMVs.
Dude,
what
such-
the fuck
such
are you?
elitism. It's
Where do you think black people in this country live?
And also,
They live everywhere.
also,
first
have
of
you
all.
ever been to any DMV? Like, what are you talking about? It's usually not full of white people.
Yes,
You know?
or
Like,
at least half and half. Yeah, it's like a
Right,
very
yeah.
good mix of everyone.
Yeah.
I just had to go to the DMV a couple weeks ago to put a truck in the company name. There was everything: black, white, Asian, Latino, fucking Eastern European.
But
You
also,
just
like,
heard
the-
50 languages. You know what I mean? Nigerian and fucking
Right.
Ukraine. Yeah, well, it was,
and there's
it's
plenty.
everybody.
There's plenty of DMVs in poorer neighborhoods or whatever this
Yeah.
guy thinks. You know, it's
course.
like it's not true at all.
But yeah, this is their view of who the. And, okay, hold
But
on,
yeah,
let's
but
just-
but dude, the fucking arrogant
Yeah.
like academic elitism.
It's
that
it's
you
this
know,
is what I this is what yeah okay let's keep it going.
Places where they can get identification.
You can always get IDs you do over the internet. Does that also make it difficult for black people in particular?
Yeah, you have to have access to the internet. You have to be able to pay an internet service provider for certain fees.
Do you think that
Now, also, do you think black people aren't on the fucking internet?
it's mind blowing that
What
people.
are you talking
I
about?
mean, yeah. All I can say is like this is these people must be so isolated and sheltered to really think that things are that much different. That it's
Yeah.
like, how do you picture black people living?
I don't-
like. What do you think they're doing?
Yeah.
What, like.
Are they still
They're-
in the
they're-
fucking
they're like in the
jungle?
Stone
Or like
Age,
yeah,
like, yeah,
exactly.
right.
Like, what is your view of black Americans? If this doesn't, okay, so let's keep going.
that's harder for black people to go online? get
Well, I feel
IDs?
like they don't have the knowledge of how it works.
Oh, do you feel that way? You feel that they don't have that knowledge?
You feel that black people don't have the knowledge of how to get on the
How to use
internet?
websites? Yeah,
Like, what the? How fucking racist can you be?
I know. It is ridiculous.
That is
dude.
fucking ridiculous. All right, let's see what this awoken spirit
Works.
thing.
A lot of people have smartphones, but you might not have data.
For most of the communities, they don't really know what is out there just because they're not aware or like they're not informed.
I also think there's a repression of like black voting with how if you're a convicted felon, like you're not allowed to vote and everything. And when you look at swing states like Florida, that's a huge population of the like African Americans.
Yeah, they're all felons. They're all felons that can't
Well,
figure out how to use a website.
That type of
and
people don't have smartphones.
Right.
They don't have data. They can't afford. They don't know how to go to
They
a
live
DMV.
in, they exclusively live in war-torn ghettos. They don't even have electricity. It's just, yeah.
All right, now it gets funny.
Okay.
All right.
I'm here in East Harlem to ask black people their thoughts on what you just heard. Do you have ID normally? You carry ID around?
Yes, I have state ID.
Do you carry ID?
Yes, I do.
Do you know any black person who doesn't carry ID?
No.
Everyone that I know has an ID. Why would they think we don't have ID?
Yeah, dude. How fucked up would that be as a black person? Yeah, like what do they?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Why?
These reactions, I know these fucking reactions are priceless to me.
That's a lie. Why would they say that?
Do you have ID?
Yes.
Because I have my ID and my friends have their ID, so like we know what we need to carry around.
Everybody that I know have ID. Like that's one of the things you need to walk around with New York with. ID.
Do you know any black
I like them
adult
trying to
who does
explain
not
it
have-
like, well, I mean, yeah, you have to have that. Like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah. Why wouldn't I have it?
If somebody as anti-government as me, I can't get by without an ID.
Yeah.
I have to have.
I don't want. I never.
I hate
yeah,
it,
I
but
hate
have
the
to
idea
have
that
one.
I. Yeah. All right.
have ID?
No, I don't.
Is it a weird thing to even say that?
Yes, it is.
What is this? Some type of trick candy camera?
I know, right?
That's the only thing I brought with me.
Those are legit IDs. I heard a lot also that black people can't figure out how to get to the DMV.
Really?
Is that what does that say to you?
I know it's that on 25th Street.
Do you know where the ID, the
He's like, I
DMV
work
is
there.
on you?
It's on 125th Street and 3rd Avenue, I believe.
You know how to get there?
Yeah.
Would you have a problem getting there if you had to get there?
No.
I know these sound like silly questions. You know how to get to the DMV?
Of course.
You know where it is?
Yes.
You can get there?
Uh-huh.
No problem.
No problem.
Just checking.
Okay.
And I also heard a lot that black people, especially poor black people, have no access to the internet, can't figure out how to use the internet.
That's just stupidity, honestly. Everybody has access to the internet. Even a little kid can figure out how to work the internet.
I had access to the internet for years.
You know how to use it properly, right?
Exactly. I do it at work. So, of course, I know how to use it. My
Smart.
kids know how to use it. They all have iPads, iPods, whatever.
Your phone has data? You can access the internet with-
Unlimited.
Unlimited data.
I use my phone as a hotspot.
What does that say to you for the people who have this perception of black people?
They're pretty much ignorant. That's what my thought process on it.
I just think that's ignorant. Ignorant.
Ignorant. That's the word
Very,
I'm hearing
very
a lot.
ignorant.
Ignorant.
Very, very ignorant.
Does it sound racist for somebody to say that?
I think it is a little racist because, you're putting...
I think it's a lot
people in a
racist.
category that
Yeah,
has
it's-
no idea
all
what
right,
it's
so-
about.
That's the thing is they're being nice.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of racist in it, but like I said, I think it's more stupidity and ignorance.
Judging somebody, like, but you judge
It is fucking stupid too, right? How absurd.
Who are they talking to? Who are these people talking to?
Do you have a problem that if you go to vote and they say
They're
"Please
talking
see
to
your
their
ID
other
to make
white
sure you
friends
are
all the
black."
time,
all the
and,
time.
and never leaving their little
You have a
town or
problem with
wherever
that?
their college or
So yeah, we get the
Yeah.
gist. But I just thought that was fucking a glaring example,
Right.
of what we talk about here, and the reason that I am fucking never-endingly annoyed.
Yeah, and
by these elite
It can be annoying when people constantly harp on about like the left are the real racists and whatever.
Yeah.
There's all types of racism.
Yes.
But whatever. But like this is the type.
This is the soft racism of low expectations. This is a
Right.
Thomas Sowell quote.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's a black scholar. He's a conservative, but he's one of the dude. If you
really
if you're-
really fun guy to watch. Yeah,
Yeah, he really is. Like
yeah.
if you're not familiar with Thomas
I've
Sowell,
never read
dude,
any of his books or anything. But
no, I've read articles and shit like that.
Right,
but I've
yeah.
watched long interviews.
I've seen him
and-
debate people and
he's
and
just he's great.
He's
He's-
almost as good as like Christopher Hitchens in
Yes,
in
exactly.
like
Yeah.
in these big broad
where
debates,
he and
you know,
he's
like-
just and it's like these people's reaction though that this guy's talking to, like they're just like what why would you ask, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, but yeah, that was a quote from him or a term coined, and it was the soft bigotry of low expectations.
Perfect.
And it is. That's if you cannot say that you are out to promote and help and ally a certain faction of who you see as oppressed people, and then have this view of them as these fucking ill-informed, non-capable, constantly in need of the white person's help to do anything. It's like, no,
Right.
dude, that's not how you help people.
Yeah.
That isn't how you help people.
And it's also not how you treat them with respect.
It's just yeah. And so and every one of those people that gave those answers at the beginning of that video, I guarantee they think that they pat themselves on the back never-endingly.
Oh, sure.
Just nonstop,
I'm
self-congratulatory.
one of the good
Yeah, they're
ones.
just posts or
Yeah.
the white people, that kind of fucking like
that whole thing
fucking
of
white people. It's like, you're white and you're the shitty, you know what I mean? Like, of course there's like blatant racists that actually want ill for every other race
Sure.
but white.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
worse.
There's
of course.
did you ever watch Fritz the Cat?
No.
You know what that is? It's it's like an animated movie, I think from the 70s. And there's a scene in it where like even back then the people were already identifying and lampooning this attitude because there's like a white liberal college girl, and in Fritz the Cat they parody the crows of Dumbo. Remember in Dumbo, like the black crow, the crows were the black people, and everybody later thought it was racist or whatever.
Yes.
So in Fritz the Cat in the 70s, they were parodying that. So in the movie, all the black people were crows and all the white people were cats. And anyways, there's like a white liberal college girl like talking to the crows about like, I'm totally down with the crow cause and like this whole thing and stuff, and they're just like, get the fuck out of here, you know? Like, but so this has been going on that long, you know?
And it's just odd to me that they can't see their own folly.
Yeah.
Because, well, like you said, they surround themselves with the same people that are regurgitating the same bullshit. And then all just patting each other on the back. It's like a big fucking circle jerk of wokeness.
They're not smart like us.
Yeah, they're not informed.
Yeah.
Because you know what? They don't watch Radioville. Population Truth. That's why.
And we're going to head to a break.
We're going to hit a break, folks.
We'll be
Those
back
white
in a minute.
people that were interviewed must be so embarrassed now. I know. Imagine seeing yourself in that and then seeing what those black folk had to say about your fucking statements.
Right. Yeah, dude.
It's so great.
The eternal embarrassment.
Yeah, you'll never get over it, I hope.
All right, we'll be back in a minute, everybody. We'll do some other
back.
stuff. We got plenty coming up for you.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff here.
All right, we're back.
We're back, folks.
We got a bunch more shit to do here. We're going to try to get through like half of our planned material at least.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God, everyone left.
No.
Tony Johnson says, while we were on break, he says, as a Caucasian man, I'm extremely embarrassed by those sheltered, stupid fucks responses. But seriously, what was the guy's name doing the interviews? I want to look him up because I like what he does.
Ami Horowitz.
Ami Horowitz.
AMI. Here, I'll write it in the chat. Ami Horowitz.
Connie Villarreal says, those white people that were interviewed must be so embarrassed now. Yes, I agree.
I agree.
All right, so
absolutely.
Thank you to those of you who stuck around. What happens? Is like the music all distorted and crazy or something, or like
yeah, whenever we go on break, people are like, "Sayonara."
Yeah. All right. Well, they'll be back. You wanted to show me a bunch of
there's a few
things,
little
I believe.
there's a few things that I'd like to get to. Let me just cue these up.
Let's check it out. All right, so we got a dad fight, I think, right?
We do. Oh, we could look at the dad fight going right into this. Yeah, sure. Let's go to that real quick.
Just come over here so I can see this. All right.
Where is
Swear to God, we'll do some stuff here. Yeah, what
Possibly.
is and if anybody else in the chat, and the phones. I don't know, somebody was calling us during the break. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because you have to be watching the show if you're calling, right? And you can see we're not even in the room.
I would think so.
Why are you calling? So whoever that was can call back if they want. And we'll we'll deal with you here in Radioville. Population Truth.
Huh.
What do you got?
Where's that dad fight?
You just
we'll
had
find
it.
that.
Isn't that it? Oh.
No, this is this must have been fun. Let me just find this because these are all always formatted somewhat oddly, so I have to find out which one. Oh, here we go. That's perfect right there.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one I thought you might.
For the second hour, Tom is going to just show me.
Yeah, I had
stuff.
a few things that I wanted to show.
I haven't seen any of this.
So this is a lady that is about to jump over. I think it's like a lake of some sort on a bicycle.
No way. Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, it's impressive. So I thought you might like to see it. Let me just make sure this is on. Yeah, we're good. All right, let's just check it out here. Okay.
Whoa.
Now, here's the problem. I don't think anyone got to see that because it changed formats. This is what I deal with
Okay.
Every fucking day when we do this show. All right. Let's see. All right,
now
we'll
there's
figure
phone
out that technical.
You guys are gonna see this in a
snafu.
minute.
Yeah, you'll see it. All right, let's see who's calling. Yellow, you're on with Tom and Vinny. What's up?
Hey, Tom and Vinny, this is JT.
Hey, JT, how are you?
Love your show.
Well,
I'm
thank
out
you.
here in New Mexico.
Oh, okay. How's it doing out there? Gotta love that heat, huh?
Yeah, but it's a dry heat.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Oh, well, it's not as hot as Chicago.
Oh, it's not?
Because
Okay.
I'm like 5,000 feet higher in altitude. So I'm not going to complain at all about temperature, weather, any of that, because growing up.
Yeah, you could try, but who would listen, right, buddy?
Elmhurst.
Yeah. All right. So, what was your call about there? What sparked your interest?
I was, I wanted to say for one,
yeah,
I love the show. It's great, and
we do what we can.
And I was thinking,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I didn't like where that was going.
No, he seemed racist.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it was an underpinning of some sort of bigotry.
Right. Yeah, there was an undercurrent of white supremacy.
I think so. I felt it, and I cut him off.
Dog whistles.
Yeah, there were some dog whistles, and yeah, you know what? We don't stand for that here.
He
at
actually
Radioville.
just used 88 words,
Yes.
which is a symbol for the SS.
We all know that.
Yeah. Or something.
All right. Let me
Or Heil
see if-
Hitler, right? H is the eighth. Yeah. Okay, we know.
Yeah, let's
we know
just
what you're up to,
let's take
buddy.
a look. This is just gonna keep. So she's gonna. Wow! Oh God! Oh,
Are they seeing it now?
man, yeah,
Okay,
they're
good.
seeing it, and it's just repeating.
Yeah, just watch it a few times.
Yeah, let's
what
watch
was-
her. Oh God!
What did she hit?
I don't know.
At the beginning, like
she's going fucking fast though,
but
dude.
did she just run into a rock or some shit or like?
Hey,
I don't know how she did that.
Oh my God!
It almost looks like she got scared and hit the front
Oh
brake
shit!
really
They're not
hard.
seeing this. Oh no! Sorry guys. Here.
Jesus Christ.
I know. There we go. Okay, here it is, folks. Here it is, live for the 75th time. Oppa!
All right.
All right. Yeah, the thrill is worn
yeah,
off
it's-
since
I
we've
can't-
seen it 70 times.
I can't feign shock any longer, but
all right.
But what was she? I don't even understand.
I
what she
don't
was
understand.
Going for.
Nobody.
Like, what-
I don't think anybody does. Now here's a guy. He's attempting something similar.
Okay.
Let me just make sure that again.
So this is like you're just doing a little comparison of men and women here. Is that what's going on?
Not that
It's
much.
not the thing I always wanted to do.
No.
Yeah.
Well, kind of.
Okay. Let's see.
But this is a gentleman who is on a fishing trip apparently, or a lake outing with his friends, and we're gonna see what he does. Oh wow! But I don't know what he was trying to do.
Yeah, dude. You see a lot of these like. How far do you think you can jump?
Yeah.
Like, what? And maybe test it out a little bit. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that ruins
is,
your vacation.
That
right
is,
there.
yeah.
That's-
Your vacation's in the hospital.
Yeah.
Oh my God! They didn't see it. Jesus Christ, you guys. Hold on. It's this whole fucking studio mode. Here we go, folks. And we can't feign interest again, so
just watch it.
Yeah. Oh, there he is. A belly flop onto a fucking giant rock. And also the way he slides on it. Dude, you got broken bones and road rash. from
Yeah.
that. Like, you are fucked. But he pops up.
Not to mention he probably had to touch some seaweed while he was down
Ugh,
there.
on your foot.
Right, yeah.
Bah, I'm going to stop it right there. Okay.
And I bet his feet are going to be muddy.
All right, let me just...
Okay, here's some comments. Can't see it, you nimrods. That's Andrew Critchlow. Darcy Silk says, can't see. Cadence Ann says, we are not seeing it. Darcy says, we not seeing now, but we did before. All right, thank you for the feedback.
Thanks,
on
guys.
that. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Okay, here's a lovely lady that's about to pull some stunts.
Can we see it, everyone?
Of her own. Yeah, I didn't even go back to that. I was trying to do a seamless fucking thing, and it turned into the most seams you could possibly have in a segment.
That thing, yeah. There was never mind. More seam.
Oh, god damn it, it's not working. No, the fucking bomb.
What is that? There we go.
Oh, yeah, well, I guess. All right.
I didn't make a joke yet. More seams than a Taiwanese sweatshop.
Ooh. See? Sophisticated, folks. Sophisticated. No, this is just music. Okay. All right. Here comes a little lady. Yes, that should be every one of these. Nope. Oh, all right, let's just go on. Vinny's gotten a little sound effect under mine. All right, let's take a look at what this... I think she's going to do a wheelie or a brake torque or something like that. Let's take a look.
Oh, I saw this.
Oh, no! Oh!
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
that too, like
that is the that is not good.
Like, ease into it a little, you know. What are you doing? I see a lot of those too. Like, did somebody just hand you that and you had?
This is just still going.
Is it great? Yeah.
Okay. There's
what else?
there's another.
We're just
one
watching
here.
people get hurt all day.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
This one is a great.
Is this guy gonna shit himself or something?
This is a good example. So we have what do we have here? We have two gentlemen and a lady, and they're swinging some what looks like sand kettlebells. And I don't know where that applause is. Oh, you played the applause. All right, I was gonna say okay. Yeah, and I think they're trying to do like an ending of some video that they're doing. So let's just take a look at this.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Oh, it caught her on the neck.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Let me see that again. Oh, my God, dude. Fucking snapped her head off. I mean, you're not getting out of that without some kind of serious injury, right?
What she's...
Oh, my God.
My God. Oh,
again.
My.
Why bother throwing giant, heavy things right up over your head? It seems like such an unnecessary thing
I don't.
to do.
I don't suggest it, to be honest.
One of those guys that would throw the kegs over. What was that thing?
Oh, yeah,
strongman competitions, and they'd be like pulling airplanes with their teeth and like throwing those fucking things behind them. Yeah,
I did. Okay, let's. We can watch this one. This is not.
Where was the dad fight? Did you ever find it? It's fine, whatever.
It's here somewhere, but what's that? Yeah, I know. I know, guys. I know. If anyone knows a producer looking for
a job that doesn't pay anything and has zero benefits.
Here's if we get some volume on this. This is a gentleman who is just acting out of sorts, I would say. He's just yelling at random people, pushing a fence. I don't know.
This stuff happens in my neighborhood constantly. I try to tell people about this.
Oh, now he yells at this lady. He goes to push a lady. Oh, not having it. This dude fucking...
Yeah, man.
Now, this video I would call fucked around.
Now, everybody let us know that you can see this video.
They're seeing that one.
No, so that shit happens in my neighborhood constantly. Here's what that is, right? It's a crazy guy walking around, and this reminds me of a few guys in my neighborhood that are just like schizophrenic or whatever. And I live in the downtown area of a pretty small town, and it's like, but it's weird there after dark, and these guys will walk around doing that shit and like pushing stuff, breaking shit until eventually they're not getting enough attention and they finally cross the line.
Yeah.
Somebody beats the shit out of them and they go to jail and blah, blah, blah. And then they're gone for like 3 months and then you see them start walking around again.
Yep.
And there's one dude that has, they call him Blanket Mike. And he just fucking carries blankets all over
nice.
all over town all the time.
Where's he get all these blankets?
I don't know, but he literally has a fucking stack of blankets like this that he carries like in 2 arms. It'll be 95 degrees out and he's just walking around with this big armload of blankets, Blanket Mike. And there's another dude, I forget, he has a few different names. I've called him
what does he look like?
Oh, man.
Big white beard?
Here's what this is weird about this guy. This guy is fucking crazy. He walks around the neighborhood like just just rambling and shit,
Yeah,
and just
yeah,
talking
yeah.
and just saying shit like, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna fucking kill you." I'm gonna to nobody in particular, you know,
Oh,
and
okay.
just like making all vague threats into the sky and shit. And so here's what's weird about that guy. I think his name's Kevin, because I actually remember him from when he was sane enough to be inside of a house at a party.
Oh,
And
really?
Kind of, but he would, yeah, because he got so. I have a specific memory of being like 19, long time ago, and I was at a
Okay.
house party, and I remember this guy. He was there because even at that time he was like a hang around Main Street guy, but he wasn't totally insane
Sure,
yet. So
I
you
knew,
would see
I
him
knew
all
a
the
few of
time.
these.
So you kinda knew
older
who he
than
was.
the people that he was hanging out with, probably.
He was on the sex offender registry.
Okay.
I remember seeing his picture and
Good
stuff.
for him.
And-
He made a name for himself.
Right. Yeah. So he was at this party many years ago, and I think at that time it was like that he got drunk enough at a certain point that he would go crazy. So I remember him getting physically
yeah.
dragged out of the house, like, get the fuck out of here, you crazy motherfucker, and he's screaming and thrashing around and shit. But now he just walks around the neighborhood just like freaking out. And so me and him have like a weird relationship where I'm kind of like the like de facto drunk cop of my building.
Yeah.
And if he's like around causing trouble, I'll chase him away.
Yeah.
So he comes back one day, we're barbecuing, or no, we weren't barbecuing. We were just hanging out behind the building, and I have a grill back there.
Yeah.
And he's walking up and down the alley, and we're just kind of ignoring him, just like, all right, dude. Like at that time, I'm like, he's pretty harmless. He's just walking around crazy, whatever. So I let him sit like 50 feet away from us, which I think was his version of trying to hang out with us.
Yeah.
Like he's very
He's part of
lonely
it.
and shit, you know.
Well,
and
dude,
I think
you will be if that's what you behave like.
do, right? Yeah. So eventually we're not paying any attention to him, which then ramps up his behavior, and he starts yelling and stuff, and we're like, Jesus Christ. And then he walks over to my grill and picks it up and throws it across the fucking like alley. So at that point, me and the guy I'm hanging out with, now we start like jogging towards him, like, what the fuck is, you know. And he starts running away going, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. And run away. So that was the first time. Now this is what he does. As soon as he walks up the alley, if I'm out there, I just start walking towards him like, no, nope. and he'll go like this. He'll come like babbling up the alley, and I'll go, no, just nope. And he'll go, oh, you're right. Sorry. And he'll walk away. And so we have another thing, me and him. He likes to walk up and down all the alleys in the downtown area. And my window is right over one of the alleys. So he'll walk around out there, and I'll just hear there's like a bunch of rocks out there. And I'll hear just rocks fucking skipping around and like
Kevin.
shit moving and him babbling. And I'll lean out my window and just go, hey, shut the fuck up. And it'd say it exactly the same way every time. And he'll go, oh, you're right. Sorry. And he'll just shuffle on out of there. It's a very odd ritual we have.
I mean, it's nice.
There's another guy, too.
Hello, Michelle.
Dude, my neighborhood is overrun by derelicts, dude. There's another guy the other night just outside on the sidewalk, like 3 a.m, just going like, woo! Woo! And a homeless dude or something. You know?
Yeah, it's called drugs.
So I go out. It's like psychosis, too. I go out there, and I start walking up to the guy, and I just go like, I don't know why I tried talking to him like a regular person. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you yelling? You know? And
Yeah.
he immediately starts to square up like, hey, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you, dude. And I take a few steps towards him because I was drunk and like, you know, and I was mad about something, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna take it out on
mortality.
I'm gonna take it out on this bum. And so I start walking towards him, and I'm like, oh yeah, I want to beat the fuck out of you, fat boy. And and he's like immediately goes, don't hit me. And I was like, dude, I don't want to hit you. Listen,
Yeah, go away.
I'm like, what? I go to the railroad. I would explain it to him. I'm like, if you walk 3 blocks over there, go on the railroad tracks and fucking scream all night. There's nobody over there. Like, people are sleeping. There's 1,000 people that can hear you right now, just going woo like fucking Ric Flair all night. Like, what are you doing out here? You know? And finally, he shuffled away too. They're all when you explain it to them, they usually
like,
go away.
Yeah, you're
right. But yeah, no, and then there's another dude that just hangs out at the train station all day playing a keyboard with like the, factory beats on it and stuff, and just like playing out of key nonsense just to be like bee boom 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 bee bum 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 bee 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 bum. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
I mean, that's pretty decent.
Anyways,
what we just did, man.
That's my neighborhood, and that guy that you showed, that's like, I see that shit every day. Like, there's a guy walking around pushing partitions and stuff. Like, anyways, of 0615, if you want to call in about the derelicts in your neighborhood.
Here's a story I thought you might find interesting. Let me
this was sent in by General Silk, I believe, right? Is
no, this is.
okay,
I'm
okay.
going to go to.
This is the
quick.
Remy Bader one. Yeah, we'll do the other one
Remy
later.
Bader. Let's go to a full screen view of this so everyone can see. So apparently, TikTok star Remy Bader says she was mocked for her weight after being turned away from a horse ranch.
Mocked by who? What sort of sadistic individual?
Yes. Now, Remy Bader, a TikTok star known for her realistic clothing haul videos, claimed that during a recent
What
trip
does that mean?
with other influencers, a ranch wouldn't allow her to ride their horses due to her weight.
Really?
Yeah. No. Hey, Remy. That's not mocking you.
No, that's
safe. That's protecting the horse.
That's what I was gonna say. That's fucking anti-animal cruelty.
Yes. It's just regulations. You also probably couldn't skydive. I know people that couldn't skydive because they're too big.
Sure.
Like my buddy Chuck is just a fucking giant dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he was like, I can't skydive. I was like, well, yeah, you're 240 pounds of lethal anger.
Right, yeah.
So they don't want you in the plane anyways.
I've met him. I think he's more than 240 because I've been up to almost 240 before.
Yeah, he's a large dude.
Yeah.
Like, you're not strapping that guy to your stomach and jumping out of a fucking plane with him. And Remy, look, be as whatever size you want.
Sure.
Again, every time we cover any story like this, I have to say, I don't give a shit. Be 400 pounds, be 65 pounds. I don't care.
Yeah, and go somewhere where they have Clydesdales then.
But yeah,
You know what I mean?
understand that if somebody says you can't ride their horse
Yeah, dude.
because you're too big, that's not them shaming you.
And by the way, I've seen some fat motherfuckers on horses. Like how fat is this girl?
I don't know. 240.
I mean, Wilford Brimley probably rides a
Oh,
horse.
okay. Shout out to Behollow Ranch in Montauk for asking me to leave because I weigh over 240 pounds, she said.
That's the limit there?
I don't know, but
Okay.
yeah, I mean,
Must
I
be.
guess.
Yeah.
240 pounds.
How much over 240?
Again, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah.
And also, you're at a fucking place called Deep Hollow Ranch in
Dude.
Montauk, New York. I'm sure they were cordial.
How awkward to...
I'm sure they weren't like, get the fuck out of here, you fat bitch. You know what I mean? I'm
yeah,
sure they were
dude.
like, oh, I'm so sorry. You know, our horses are smaller type or whatever the fuck.
But also, did they have
obviously
to...
imagining this.
Did they have to put her on a scale like livestock? Like, you know
Shit,
what I mean?
wait.
Like,
The ranch itself appears to have two websites, one of which is a blog, blah, blah, blah. The guide states a rider should be not more than 15% of the horse's weight.
Okay.
The best horse breeds for plus-size riders on the ranch's other website. Oh, there's also a list of options for the best. But yeah,
You weigh more than 15% of a horse?
That's
you
what I'm saying.
Fucking glutton. Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, maybe it's time to make some changes.
Yeah,
know?
you can't
I mean,
feel good.
Right, yeah.
Your joints cannot fucking feel good.
Have you
And-
ever seen how giant a horse is? Like, this is fucking... Dude, I mean...
Yes, I have.
Horses, pulled... like giant fucking
everything.
Horses built the West.
Yeah.
They conquered the West. You ever been to Colorado and seen like a fucking high up mountain town that's been there since 1840? Horses did that.
Yes.
And you're too heavy
To ride a horse.
for the animals that built,
Yeah.
these
But yeah, my whole thing with this is don't blame the ranch.
There were horse architects. There were
Yes.
Yeah, no, but you know what I mean? Like, horses do amazing things. Like,
Yeah, they're
insane
very
things.
strong animals.
Right, yeah. Horses used to pull trains.
Yeah.
You're heavier than a train, ma'am. What is going on with you?
No, and also look at her. She's a lovely woman.
Yeah, she looks pretty and
Yeah,
everything.
she's a pretty woman.
Yeah.
I just don't think that it's fair.
Pretty overweight.
Yeah, also that. I just don't think it's fair to fucking call out a ranch because you're clinically obese
but
to
here-
a point where you can't ride a fucking
Here is
horse.
the question, though. How does the situation play out when she's there?
Because she was probably like, yes, she's probably with a bunch of other, because she was with a bunch of other influencers.
One of the
apparently.
employees had to go.
I know.
Hold on there. We need to
Sorry,
get,
ma'am.
But like, do they have a, like, it's like, all right, if we're doing calcalibrations here, we need to know your exact
Oh,
weight.
yeah, they
So
get her on a
so they
scale?
get her on,
Ooh.
actually put her on a scale.
Yeah,
They have
no
to,
shit.
Yeah. Like,
Ooh.
lift her up like a cow with those leather
I
straps.
think she could probably
And-
stand. I think she
and
could probably step up.
Like they use an engine lift and lower her onto a fucking livestock scale. You know but
I don't condone any of Vinny's anti-fat rhetoric here.
Or did they just ask her? Do they just have to ask her, like, listen,
look,
do you want to be honest here? Because we do have the scale. If you want to go that route.
Yeah. What are you weighing in?
What are we talking here?
Yeah. What are you packing on?
About
the old trousers.
About 20% of a horse. Is that what we got here? Because that's not gonna work. I don't know who told you.
What are you about?
Yeah.
You got to be at least 17%, huh?
Yeah.
20?
1/5 of a horse. Anything but the metric system. You know?
Yes.
That's how we do it.
But yeah, I mean, I feel bad for her in a way because how embarrassing. That's fucking annoying. Like, you don't think that going to ride horses that you're going to be too fat to ride a fucking
for the horse.
That's
yeah,
insane. That's got to be. So I think that's probably where this I'm gonna fucking, because you got to be pissed,
right?
All your fucking other influencer vapid idiots are there.
I wonder if she could scuba dive. That's something, you know?
Yeah, because
can a giant obese lady scuba dive? Is that a bad thing to do?
I don't know, but you're far more buoyant. It's probably much harder for you to get under the surface and like stay there because fat itself is a buoyant. You know what I mean?
Of course,
it obviously. Oil and water.
Yeah.
There's a reason that oil sits on top of water.
And plus, you're going to look extra tasty to a bunch of predators that are in there. And, you know,
I mean,
they're going to
honestly,
see a giant fat lady.
She looks pretty tasty to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I'm just saying. I'm not a predator.
Okay. It's debatable,
but she looks tasty.
Yeah. So
all right. Well, sorry, Remy.
That's the story of the lady who was
Remy,
too fat to ride a horse.
Yes, and our condolences.
Shame on her.
And shame on. No. Yeah. Condolences to you, and also for shame.
For shame.
Now, how about the CDC giving some real?
Okay. The monkeypox thing.
Monkeypox.
Is anyone worried about this?
I'm worried about the fact that people are.
Yeah. People are still doing COVID downtown.
Dude.
When you're in the city and like a lot of these places, it's hilarious to me too because there's a whole room. The fucking like rich guests at these events and stuff, none of them ever are wearing a mask ever. But the help ball still has to or does for some reason, or I don't know, dude. It's really weird. And like me and my guys that we work with and stuff, nobody ever wears a mask. And we go in and like the whole staff of like the catering staff and everybody is all in. This is mostly just in the city. And I'm like, what? It's so odd at this point. And especially when most of us aren't doing it. And like, what do you think you're accomplishing? It's very weird.
And again, look, if there's hypochondriacs out there that just, there's germaphobes and shit. Look, if it's an excuse for you just to do what you've always kind of wanted to do and just like, fuck this, I'm not giving it up, do it.
Do you remember back in the day of bird flu? I am seeing a lot of Asian people wear masks.
100%.
And something about it made me mad at the time. I don't really know why.
Well,
it's
you're racist.
Irrational. Yeah, I know. But that was just that has nothing to do with the masks. That's just a long-standing grudge against the Asian people that I have.
Because it's based on Rambo movies.
Right. Yeah, though I was indoctrinated as a youth.
I know. It's not really your fault. You need to go get deprogrammed.
And there was an Asian girl that I liked in high school that told me she couldn't like go out with me because her parents would be mad she was dating a white guy, and I was like, well, fuck all of you then. But she probably just made that up because she didn't like me.
She's like, what can I tell this guy?
Yeah, right. I
have a feeling he's going to be stammering around the streets eventually, stuttering and
exactly,
causing trouble, fighting with homeless men.
Well, what were we doing? I completely forgot what we were.
Oh, we were going monkeypox.
Monkeypox, that's right. Okay, yeah.
Jesus, hold on. Jerry said, Jerry says, saw a guy in the middle of a pond. He was fishing by himself with a fucking mask on.
Yeah, strange, dude. This whole thing has been so fucking weird. Remember the pictures like towards the beginning of people at the beach with gloves, like masks and goggles on, like in the ocean.
I saw a video. I saw a video. I sent it to some people. It was a woman in a wetsuit and a mask, putting her snorkel or mask on, like her snorkel and mask on over her fucking COVID mask.
Some of that has to be like jokes or whatever, but
I fucking hope
troll people like that guy you were showing me earlier. The gay Islamic, whatever he was. Yeah, that guy can't be real. But yeah, what about the monkeypox? Are we scared, or is it coming?
Yeah. What's everyone? Fuck those guys. Saw a guy in the middle of. All right. Yeah. Let me. Well, the CDC has come out with some new advice. I would think.
Yeah.
CDC. Let's just see what that says. CDC advises people who think they've been exposed to monkeypox to socially distance while they masturbate together to avoid spreading the disease.
Now, in what sort of roundabout way did they come to the? Is this like one of those things where they're like, well, okay, if you can't keep from masturbating together, at least try to get 6 feet apart.
Away,
like,
for fuck's sake, you animals.
Or is it just like the posturing these days of things of like, well, we can't like suggest that there's any possible like
shaming,
whatever. You can't say anything about anything sexual or whatever.
Yeah. You can't kink shame or
right.
I know what you're saying. Well, let's just go over this.
You can't suggest that you fucking quell your animalistic urges for,
yes, you can't.
You're telling me there's a dangerous disease, but you're not going to suggest that people don't behave like dirty animals for a few days?
Yeah.
Like,
the CDC issued sex guidance for people who think they may have been exposed to monkeypox. The recommendations include socially distanced masturbation in order to avoid spreading the virus. Masturbate together at a distance of at least 6 feet without touching each other. So this is what they're suggesting if you're going to engage in coitus, sexual coupling.
Okay. So this is an alternative to natural,
yes,
enjoyable
the
human
romantic,
sex.
Yeah, the romantic engagement of two people.
Sure, yeah.
In one of the most enjoyable acts that we have as humans. But if you're scared of monkeypox, jerk off across the room.
Sure.
I mean, look, if the CDC says it, I'm in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So after show,
they've never led us astray.
I say we probably should at least try it out.
Okay. I don't want to get monkeypox, so
I don't either.
If that's what we got to do.
If we have to fucking beat off 6 feet from each other.
Yeah.
Then
good thing the Radioville witch isn't going to show up and ruin our good time. I also see this. We mentioned this earlier, so I looked it up. The World Health Organization on Tuesday announced it was working with experts to change the name of the monkeypox virus that has spread to more than 20 countries in recent weeks. After a group of international scientists last week sounded alarms about the virus strain names, possessive names, apostrophe, discriminatory nature.
Against monkeys?
I don't know. I saw a thing before that suggested something about this being a racist thing.
My God.
So this could be awkward. The World Health Organization Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus said the organization was working with partners and experts from around the world on changing the name of monkeypox virus. It's Clades. CLADES. How are there so many words I don't know, and they come up so often?
Yeah,
and the disease it causes, while adding new names will be announced as soon as possible. The move comes a week after a group of 30 scientists from Africa and around the world wrote in a position paper that there was an urgent need to change the virus name, calling it stigmatizing. Whose spokesperson told Forbes monkeypox was named before the World Health Organization developed guidelines that recommend against using geographic regions or animal names.
What?
Yeah, the spokesperson added the process. What about the bird flu? Is that not racist?
Swine flu?
Swine. Yeah. That one is racist against white people, I think.
Yes, because
why not?
Swine.
Yeah. The spokesperson added the process of naming diseases should be done with the aim to minimize the negative impact, avoid offending any cultural, social, national, regional, professional, or ethnic groups.
Dude,
what are we talking around
fuck
here?
Off.
So
yeah, what are we saying?
Yeah,
you're saying that you don't want to offend Africans. Well, if it's from monkeys, if it originated with monkeys, then it's monkeypox.
But why is it
the chicken pox is the fucking chicken
And
pox.
obviously they're not worried about being discriminatory to monkeys, right? It has to be something they're attaching this to people. Is that what they're talking around?
I don't know. There was I think Mark Norman had a bit about this, and this is not his bit was, I'm going to butcher it, but it was essentially him saying like a black buddy of his was there, and they were talking, and he said he reminded him of something like King Kong or something like that, and a white girl with them said, "Oh my God, are you saying he looks like a monkey? That's so racist." And he goes, it is now.
Yeah.
Because, no, I was saying he's huge,
Right,
whatever.
yeah.
And so I hope it's not that. That would be idiotic. But I also hope it's not, we're not trying to offend animal. I don't even understand this. How
That's the thing. It can't
soft.
be that. It can't be that we're avoiding offending monkeys. So
Yeah, exactly.
They're suggesting.
I don't know. I don't know. That's an odd. Yeah,
The
I'll
World
have
Health-
to follow that story.
Okay, so this says here. This is just what comes from the Becker's Hospital Review. Okay, there's a quote from that, and this does come out and say the World Health Organization is considering renaming monkeypox to reduce stigma and racism surrounding the virus.
Okay. Well, that's fucking. I
feel like you just shouldn't do that.
Yeah, if it is what we're thinking it is, that's
Yeah.
the fucking most racist angle you could possibly take with that.
Pretty much.
That's ridiculous.
I once
Also, there's monkeys in several countries.
Yeah, many countries, aren't
yeah.
there?
Yeah. Asia, South America. South America, Africa.
So I once
Yeah,
saw.
I don't get that
I once
story.
saw an argument. I can't remember what site it was on, but it was in a comment section that went back and forth for like 200.
Yeah, I love reading
comments.
those.
And
God, I'm a
back in the
glutton
day
for
when there
those.
was like zero censorship on the internet, and it was an argument between a white guy and a black guy. And the argument was if white people or black people look more like monkeys. And they were like posting pictures of different kinds of monkeys and like white and black features, and it got hilarious. And
I was gonna say, yeah,
I'm pretty
that's-
sure they were both just having fun with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
just
yeah.
like no, but
because
look,
there's just
like-
people that look like very simian.
And I got to
That's-
tell you, by the end of it,
you're like white dudes.
and I just was I was undecided. I was like, these guys both made such great cases, and like it was such like a wonderful debate with
Yeah.
like in good humor and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
And
God,
it was
I
one of the,
miss that shit.
It was one of the funniest things I ever read on the internet because they both got so scientific about it and were like, and all the like comparisons of different types of primates and everything, and like pictures of white people and pictures of black. Like, look, and we're both very passionate about it. It was just silly, whatever. But so, anyways. That am I racist for enjoying that? I don't know.
I don't know. I like when people of different races can rib each other about race and cultural differences. I fucking love that, and it's I think it's
especially when it's just completely silly like that.
That's what. Yeah. Like obviously, no particular race looks more like anything. Within every race, people look wildly different.
So
you know what I'm saying?
This is another article about this that kind of I just want to give it another little splash of color, shall we say?
Okay.
A group of
I
29 biologists and other researchers issued a public call for a new nomenclature around monkeypox last week. Blah blah blah. So this says, despite growing evidence that the most likely scenario is that cross-continent cryptic human transmission has been ongoing for longer than previously thought, the scientists said a public narrative persists in suggesting that the current outbreak is linked to Africa, West Africa, or Nigeria. That builds on an existing stigma. But, okay, they're saying the most obvious manifestation of this is the use of photos of African patients to depict the pox lesions in mainstream media. But, okay, do you see how this is a disconnect here? Where it's like, they're saying, oh, the problem is the depiction of African patients, so we need to change the name from monkeypox?
Yeah.
There's a weird...
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah.
What does that what does one have to do with the other?
Right. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. If anybody wants to explain it to us, of 061 pi, the phone lines are open. That's of the word 0, the number 6, the word 1, the number pi, the word.
Yes.
Gotta practice that.
Do that.
Wacky waving inflatable flailing arms too, man. Anyways,
He got it.
Yeah.
All right. I think we've been on a lot of race today.
Yeah, let's get off the race stuff. Okay, so we had an ethnic cleansing in Ethiopia this week. We might as well just wrap it up real quick. But I only had a couple things to say about this.
Sure.
Does anyone even know that this happened? I find it interesting that people, their kind of phony concern for human life when it's like, we see it in our country to keep harping on race for a while.
I know. Apparently, that's all we fucking.
I've
know
been
how
in
to talk
conversations lately after like the school shootings and stuff where people are like, they're all concerned about this. Oh, the assault weapons and the all the typical arguments, blah blah blah. And they don't really realize. I was telling some like just kind of regular liberals the other day, like, well, most school shootings are done with handguns, most shootings in general, but most school shootings you don't care about because it's not a bunch of affluent white kids.
Yeah.
So you don't really, you know what I mean? That's another one of those like accidental racism things that people do. It's like
they're just like they
all of
the media.
Your stats and figures it makes it evident that you only care about this certain type of school shooting.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's very obvious.
Yeah, right.
And like you don't hear about somebody shot, on the South Side or in inner city Philadelphia, like.
Did anyone hear about, a few people probably have, but 230 people murdered in Ethiopia in an ethnic cleansing? And it's like, where is your outrage and whatever? It's not your country, I understand. But whatever. I just thought it was interesting.
But it's an atrocity.
Nobody's really talking about this. So in Ethiopia, there's...
That's brutal, man.
What?
I'm just reading the article. This is a fucking brutal thing.
Yeah, well, okay, we could tell you the story real quick. Witnesses in Ethiopia said Sunday that more than 200 people, mostly ethnic Amhara, I don't know if you say Amhara, probably, have been killed in an attack in the country's Oromia region and are blaming a rebel group which denies it. So who they're blaming is the Oromo Liberation Army. So they are... who traditionally the Oromo people, and I'm not sure about like all of the specifics of their cultures or whatever the fuck, but you have them and the Amharas, and the Amharas are for centuries and centuries have been sort of like a Christian minority who at many times have had like, from what I gather, and I'm doing the best I can here, but for a long time had a overrepresentation in politics and culture and stuff like that.
I gotcha.
Whereas the Oromo people
make up the bulk of the
majority of the population, but feel underrepresented and culturally ignored. Is, I think, sort of the gist of it, So what you have is the Oromo Liberation Army, which has now, who knows, just getting into this story, the Ethiopian government has labeled them a terrorist group, of course, right? And they're fighting for the liberation of their people as they see it, the problem is they have been accused of a ton of just wild assassinations and mass killings and shit like that, a lot of times directed at the Amaras, who at this point have been subjected to like all these resettlement programs and shit like that, where they're like the Native American in a way.
Sure.
It's almost like they're just being shipped over to reservations and stuff like that, and being left, as they feel, with very little protection from the military or government. So
the Oromo are?
No, the Amaras.
Okay.
And the Oromo Liberation Army, right? Now, they have denied that they carried out this attack. Do you want to tell a few more details of the attack?
The attack you were referring to was committed by regime, military, and local militia as they related from their camp in Gimbi following our recent offensive. He said, this is just war-torn. They escaped to an area called Tole, where they attacked the local population to destroy their property as retaliation for their perceived support of the OLA. Our fighters have not even reached that area.
No. What you're reading is their denial.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So that's the OLA general's denial, where he's saying we didn't even have people there. They know that this was an area where we had wide support, so the government killed them and framed us, is what he's saying. And this is what I'm saying. Who the fuck knows? But so what the media, international media has been able to gather, it seems there was 2 people in this village where everyone was being slaughtered.
Yeah.
And that's where the OLA thing comes from, is they were able to hide and survive. Now, again, who the fuck knows? Maybe they're just actors. Maybe they're part of the story, whatever. But
you never know.
Because you don't have any idea, especially in a country where we don't know what the fuck is really going on. But it seems fairly evident that 230 people were killed, which is insane.
That's a
fucking insane number.
Yeah.
But what the story is that those people hid, and then were able to relay the story later and say we heard them speaking in the Oromo dialect and talking, and basically gathered they were part of this liberation army. So anyways, like I said, they keep denying it, from what I've read, and I'm going to try to get more into this story because it's pretty interesting. We were talking about this a few months back, how Ethiopia has, basically gone in and out of different kingdom structures, and it's
a
so
wild
many
place,
regime changes, and it's very interesting. And also, there's been this centuries and centuries old ethnic grudge and battle going on, so these Amara people are kind of interesting too. It's an ancient culture, You know, I wonder if I've kept that. I might not even have it. Whatever. But it's a very ancient and storied culture who like represents some of like the very earliest Christian beliefs and stuff like that. Yeah, pretty interesting. We'll try to get into it more as we go on, but the Amara people are now very worried that they're not, like I said, that they're not getting the protection from the government. And the quote that I keep seeing is that their people are being killed like chickens. They say.
Yeah, no, I saw that over and over. All right, well, that's a depressing story, and something to follow.
It is,
but it's odd. Okay, so this is. Do you remember when there was an attack in Paris and like 4 people were killed on a subway or whatever? It was a London bombing. Everyone has a fucking thing on
Charlie
their
Hebdo.
Yeah, like
newspaper
there's always
thing.
Yeah. Again, an illustration of nobody that claims to be for human rights gives a fuck what's going on in Africa.
It's got to be in the right place.
It has to be in a place where people look like them.
Africa,
or they don't give a shit.
Is so full of insane atrocity constantly.
Yeah.
You know, that it's like.
And South Asia.
Right, but a great point, too. Like, it really does kind of go along color lines of like if it happens in Sweden, if it happens in Britain, if it happens in France, it's all we hear about for weeks on end.
Yeah, everyone has the overlay on their Facebook profile picture.
Everyone knows
for
all
whatever,
the ins and outs of it and why it happened supposedly. Boston. How long did the fucking Boston bombing thing go on for? I mean, how long did that dominate conversation? You know,
I remember I made a post ridiculing people at the time of that. I want to say it was the France one because I started seeing all these people, on social media just being like, oh my God, they were beside themselves somehow.
Right.
About an attack that killed, it's a significant attack, and it's, anyone that's killed, wanton violence is never a good, obviously this is all. But my point was, I was like, do you know how many kids died of starvation in Africa last night?
Right.
Like in the area of like 200,000. You know what I mean? And I'm like, it doesn't seem like you guys really give a fuck about the loss of life. It seems like you care about media glitz or like, sensational, whatever that's, it's just anything that you can kind of latch onto and be like, look how good I am. Look how compassionate I am. But the real shit that's going on day to day, again, this is another thing about when people are up in arms about, what is called a mass shooting, yet they're not concerned. They don't talk about the daily murders in fucking every city in our country.
Well, that's the thing too. People will make casual reference to like the white school shootings and the white creepy school shooter and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, but the majority of kids getting shot at school are minorities.
Yeah,
a lot of it's gang related, and you don't. Why don't you care about that? And again, like I always say, drug prohibition is probably at the center of most of it,
Yeah,
and it's
that's
why it's like the number one issue to me is because it's the cause of so much fucking suffering and violence and insanity. But
our drug prohibition is literally responsible for the cartels' power in Mexico.
Tens of thousands of murders every year.
Yeah.
But anyways, like we're saying, to keep making a same point over and over is you really only care when it's white people for a lot of people, right?
Yeah, it's just very odd because it's the same people that that claim to be the most compassionate and caring and whatever, and it's like, yeah, but are you?
Yeah.
When it doesn't fit your, it's very odd. It's weird. It's very hypocritical.
We never plan this, but somehow our shows always take on a theme. You know what I mean? Like that.
I know.
That was just the theme today. We didn't discuss it at all.
Beforehand. Nothing.
But somehow all of these stories came up whatever.
Sorry, guys.
That's the radio.
If that's a down, is that a downer? But
the Radioville Fox probably set this up for us.
Most likely. All right. Well, we're at 2:04. Let's take a quick break. Okay. We'll come back and do some silly shit maybe. We have a pool fight.
We have a pool fight. What else?
Yeah,
give me 1 second. Pull something up here.
Let me see what else we have. We have lots of stuff.
Doesn't work.
It never does.
Yeah, we still got the Mark Cuban thing if we want to do that.
Yeah. Mark Cuban, which is I think a fucking awesome story.
25-foot, something about a 25-foot dildo I saw.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Man
signed by
Furious.
General Silk.
A gun buyback plan. Some interesting weather phenomenon. A message from Bill Maher. We got a bunch of shit we could come to.
Oh, we got Bill Maher stuff?
Oh, yeah. I have a
cool.
insanely disturbing scene from Gilligan's Island. Hopefully that doesn't get us ripped off of the funk.
We'll do that towards the end, I guess, in case
Yeah.
it ruins the show again.
Yeah.
But no, that's going to cause us so much problem. Yeah, I guess we can go for it. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
We'll head towards a break and see you guys in a minute.
Bye.
All right. We'll head towards a break and see
The
you
very
guys.
last American Indians demo was playing on the system. It was rap, and then until we came to this footpath that everyone was calling the Dead Cat, and then my job was to carry this big T-shirt box full of important hats for this dream girl that I would later wake and masturbate to.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, or I am, just sitting here illuminated by the laptop. Wait, no. There we go. I had a little volume from yours feeding back my own voice in a loop. Nothing. So what else do we have to do this fine evening of Tuesday?
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
Great to be here.
How art thou?
What kind of shenanigans do we have planned for the people tonight?
We already did. It was all race-based.
Yeah.
But the basic premise
I
of
feel
this
like
show was just that white people that think they're being anti-racist are actually being very accidentally racist.
I think that we made a lot of progress tonight.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
think we're doing the
And
real
maybe,
work here.
Maybe those weird white liberals from earlier were onto something. Maybe that's why we don't have any black fans. Is
Yeah,
because
none of them have
they don't have
phones or
phones to
internet.
watch us or or
Jesus
internet.
Christ, dude.
We're gonna have to do some outreach in that community.
People.
Yeah. So you wanted to show me something from Gilligan's Island? I guess?
do. So this is a this is a scene that I.
Now, hopefully this doesn't get us in trouble. Let's maybe only play like 5-10 seconds of it at a time.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like,
Yeah. All right. So the scene here. Oh,
sorry.
Yeah, no. She can't find her. Gilligan and Skip are fine.
I don't remember Gilligan's Island being black and white.
This is, I believe, the first season.
I haven't seen one of these since the war.
Which So one they- is
it? The Monitor or the Merrimack? Not the Civil War, you lunkhead. Look at the name of the boat.
Okay, so they found a boat, right?
Okay.
Now.
They were always finding things that
Oh, something's. So I think this might actually help us because it's all just clipped.
Okay.
I don't know, but
What the hell is that? Is that a periscope?
I don't know, but somebody's here and they need to find out.
Real fast. Good, Gilligan.
So this doesn't make any sense. What is going to make sense?
Okay.
There's a Japanese sailor here.
Japanese sailor.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Now,
Yeah.
now, the Japanese sailor apparently has Mr. Howell and the professor imprisoned behind bamboo already.
And he's wearing like a Popeye outfit.
Yes.
Like why?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, first of all, how did he construct this cage so quickly?
And also just slide out. You know,
Yeah, you can fit.
Just slide out and
You can fit.
beat up that tiny Japanese man. And,
Yeah, this
and go on
sailor.
about your day.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
But let's just so Mr. Howell's going to start to try and bribe him.
Especially the skinny guy. I mean, he fucking
Yeah, professor.
Dude, he could slide right out. Like this is
silly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Gilligan's Island.
This show always was like that. If they have somebody tied up, it was
I
all
know, it's
loose and
loose,
stuff. And
yeah.
like yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Mr. Howell's going to try to bribe this sailor. And let's just see how that goes. Oh, wait. Let me take it back just a smidge more. All right, here we go.
Would you settle, say, for general manager my European sales force?
I'm Japanese sailor.
Whoa!
Imperial Navy. I'm loyal to my emperor.
Well, loyalty is something I admire in every man. It's a positive virtue, but would you be loyal, say, to $50,000?
No. But
whoa.
thank you for important information.
Information? What information?
That war is nearly over and that American army is on bad shape.
Oh,
I
this
never said.
this guy doesn't know the war's over.
Yeah, apparently.
the
Now,
deal?
this is a guy named... What's this guy's name? Vito?
Who?
The actor that's doing this portrayal of a Japanese
I know, yeah, right.
sailor.
Just like
is Vito Scotti.
Is that his real name?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No
This-
shit. He's like fucking. Well, who's it? What's the guy that the Indian that cried at the garbage?
Yes,
His-
exactly, an
his
Italian dude.
Actual name is.
Do you remember?
Jesus. Yeah, I will. Give me a second, but go on,
Dude,
man.
how fucking ridiculous is this portrayal? Oh my.
Something Cody.
Must be to make men like you, officer. I got talk to a lady prisoner. Arigato.
So this was perfectly acceptable at the time of the first season of Gilligan's Island. This was how people on regular TV.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so that was you saw that a lot in the post World War II era with like Looney Tunes. I was gonna say like was Mel Blanc doing this guy's voice?
Oh.
You know, like you said this was the depiction of the Japanese people back then, which is strange because what we know of Japanese people, like that stereotype doesn't even really make any sense. You know, it's like
You know what this reminded me of? Remember the Biden impression that the Saudi dude did?
Yeah.
That's how bad this is. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like,
yeah.
have you never met a Japanese person?
Right. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
that's no.
Why
It's like
was that
what is the what the fuck is
so
that?
weird that was the thing. Iron Eyes Cody was the guy who played. So the classic commercials.
Yes.
Where the guy would throw the garbage out the window and the Indian would cry.
The one tear.
Because they were Indians then. Nobody said Native Americans yet. I don't think. Indigenous, surely not. But so that guy was an Italian dude who was popular in westerns back in the day. He I guess looked close enough to a Native American, but it's like that. Oh, they always did that.
Yeah, that was like all
why
of
could you
the
not
fucking
get a
spaghetti
Japanese
western.
guy?
They
Could
were
you
made
not
in
get
Italy.
it? Like it was right. I know, yeah. And they put. You know what they used to do too? They would in some of the early westerns when they would have those battle scenes and stuff.
Yeah.
You know how they would get the horses to fall? They would fucking send them running, and they would have ropes tied to their legs, tied to some kind of anchor, and yeah, the horses. A lot of those horses would die and shit, dude. Those days.
Yeah,
the
we've
movies
come
were
a long
fucking
way.
Brutal, but yeah.
Like let's just say, like anybody who you hear this a lot. My guess, this is just a guess, but my guess is that those same people interviewed by Ami Horowitz earlier.
Yeah.
If you were to ask them, do you think that America is more racist than ever now? They would say yes.
Probably.
Probably.
I mean, that's the same thing.
It's the worst that it's ever been.
I was telling you about that gun conversation that I sort of kind of tentatively had at work.
Yeah.
Because nobody really wants to do that at work. But yeah, so I was it's the same thing. Like people just will casually assert like, well, the shootings there's more shootings than ever. Like no, there's definitely not true. It's the same way that like the pro cop people are like, there's a war on police. Like actually, those numbers have been going down since like 1933.
Yeah,
when the peak was.
Yeah, if you look at any statistical chart.
Yeah, people don't care though. It's just
I know it's emotion.
Yeah,
and it's
the country is more racist than ever before. Really, more racist than when movie stars were in the Klan. More baseball players, fucking politicians, police chiefs.
So let's take a couple of comments.
That second wave of the Klan. That second wave of the Klan after the Birth of a Nation came out. You know that movie?
I don't.
It was like 1915
I've
or
heard
something.
I've
it's
heard
one of the very
name.
earliest movies ever, and people still study it in film class. And it was one of the most influential, famous movies of all time. But the premise of it was basically, I think, that there was the Klan was like the heroes in the movie, and they were protecting a white girl from like black assailants and stuff like that. If I remember right.
Tough
Anyways,
position.
that spawned the second great wave of the Ku Klux Klan, which. That's when I'm talking about when like fucking celebrities, baseball players, all these people were in the Klan. I mean, it was giant. It was a giant thing. Millions of members. At this point, there's like a couple thousand. It's like
it isn't what it was,
and
good.
Right.
Obviously good.
Yeah.
Obviously that's the point. Now let me get a little hit of that pipe there. So I'm gonna get a little big. Connie, I have not seen the Navy pronouns video. I'm assuming it's awesome.
Oh, we never watched Biden falling off the bike.
Oh, our president fell off his
that.
bike.
Yeah, we should show that at some
see
point.
That lighter.
Because the way he fell off was so awesome.
It was so weird.
Dude, it was like a 3-year-old falls. After they finally get going, and then they come to a stop and don't know what to do and just fall. Like, I mean,
now we did get those things are
puts
fucking,
him on a
that's my question.
With his fucking track record. Don't give him challenges.
Yeah. There's no reason to make him look like he's young. He's not.
I mean, why didn't you try a unicycle?
Yeah.
You're fucking genius, you know? Like,
yeah. He fell up the stairs going into his plane.
Exactly.
This is a man that fell up the fucking stairs going into his plane. He's geriatric, and that's not some kind of a besmirchment upon him. Like, there's plenty of those that people can do if you don't like his policies or whatever. But he's an old fucking man, dude.
Yeah, and
these
also,
photo ops are not worth it. Don't put him on a fucking bike.
And I don't think he was ever particularly athletic. You know,
he didn't strike me as an athlete. I don't know. I mean, maybe according to him,
wasn't at one time. Wasn't he going to beat up Donald Trump?
Yes, he was going to punch him.
Yeah.
And
he sure scared off old Corn Pop.
That's what I was going to say. I think there's been him telling stories of being like a high school athlete, being on the
pretty tough dude.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a bad dude.
Corn Pop was a bad
dude.
And after the kids were done rubbing my leg hair, I really gave him what for.
Yeah, after I was done sniffing the locals.
Right. Yeah.
I went out to
like a fucking
take care of Corn Pop.
Like a ghoul. Like a mythological goblin.
How did that never fucking make more headway?
I mean,
there is
a lot of people talk about it, but
videos of that man sniffing children.
We did, on my last show years ago, we did a video of watching him grope and awkwardly touch and
it's
kiss.
Very weird.
50 kids, dude.
I mean, there's a compilation out there.
I don't care what anyone says. If you can see the clear discomfort on every kid's face.
Oh, absolutely.
And some of the parents and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, this is not just he's an overly affectionate old man. Yeah, he's awkward, but he's a creep,
he's a creep,
dude. You know.
Period. It's not. No.
Are we gonna watch the bike thing, or what are you looking up?
Yeah, we could watch the bike thing.
We might as well, right?
Yeah.
I feel like for posterity, we should have a video of us watching that. You know,
if I put Biden bike in YouTube, and it's it's going to be the first things that come up, obviously. Inside edition. I don't want any of these. I want just the video.
That's why YouTube sucks now, dude. It's fucking.
It really
horrible.
is, dude. It's
try that one.
So
the Guardian
annoying.
might be low nonsense ratio.
Yeah, let's just see this one. Hold on. Interested in writing? No, I'm not. So
your social kind of website copy 10 times faster. Blog. I can't read fast enough. For that. What was that?
All right, Guardian. Let's just take a look. Hold on a second here, folks. I'm gonna bring it back over to Omeleteville, and we're gonna go.
What's Omeleteville?
Don't worry about that.
Okay. What's the population there? Population yolk.
All right, here we go.
There he comes. That's him right there on the right? There he is. Stops.
Oh, God, no!
Jesus Christ.
Dude, that's fucking horrible.
You hate to see somebody that old ever fall.
Oh,
totally. You just
totally.
imagine how brittle they are. But
dude, that guy's going to be fucked for weeks, man.
Yeah. But also, like, why did you fall? Why didn't you just put your leg down? What? Like,
no. Look, I did see why he fell, though. I don't know if you can see it in this video. Let me show you. Because I've done this, man. So I don't know if they should. Okay, so right there, he's got those clips on the front of his pedals, and his fucking foot got stuck in there. Yeah, he tried to get his foot out to put it down, but it got stuck. I hate those fucking things, man.
I used to ride real, pretty seriously, right? Because I would ride 8 hours a day to do bike delivery when I was young.
Yeah.
And I had a really nice bike, and because you start to get into it, and especially if you're doing it all day long, it's like these little differences start to make a
huge difference.
A huge difference, whatever, these little changes you make. So yeah, I would have those. And what you do is when you're approaching a place, you get out of them and you spin the pedal with your foot so you're on top of it, and that's how you stop. Maybe not. Yeah. But But yeah, that I used to have a Mongoose Hilltopper until somebody stole it, and that was before Mongoose became cheap Chinese because I think they got sold to Walmart or something. I think they might be a Walmart company now, but back then, the Mongoose Hilltopper was a hell of a bike, my friend. It was a hybrid. It was half touring, half mountain bike.
Horse I ride.
Yeah,
and I want it.
I remember the first time I ever smoked crack. I was 18.
Here we go.
And I had that bike, right? And I remember, I didn't know what crack really was like and whatever. I want to try it. So, I knew these people that smoked crack, and I happened to be at their house, and they went to get some crack, so I smoked some crack. And I remember riding home on that bike faster than I've ever ridden in my entire, just pushing and pushing as hard as I could. And I remember riding past a car and and them just looking at me like,
holy
what
shit,
the fuck, dude. And they were probably going like 35, and I'm going past them, just like insane. I don't know if I can actually ride that fast. Who knows what the actual speeds were, but I remember
you can go pretty fucking fast on a nice bike.
Oh yeah,
I've been when they have those things out that are that are on the side of the street, you can ride past those and get a pretty.
You know what's depressing? Try
I think
running.
I was like 20 miles an hour.
Running past one of those, and you get like 7 miles an hour, like, running as fast as you can.
Connie, I can't find that commercial. Unfortunately, it's all over, but it's not the commercial. It's people talking about the commercial as we would be.
Oh, were we done with the Gilligan's Island thing?
I just thought that was like. I mean, I was just kind of taken aback by the fucking absolutely racist and also just inaccurate and foolish
shame
portrayal
on those 65 years ago.
Yes,
TV
exactly.
producers.
I just thought, wow, man, this is. I didn't remember Gilligan's Island. I mean, I don't remember. I guess I do remember Asians being depicted sort of like that in TV when I was a real little kid.
Well, because we would watch old stuff, yeah, and it would like. They may have even done it to a certain extent in the 80s with some of the
that's what I
cartoons we
mean.
had
Like
and
they were
stuff.
just over the top kind of.
I bet if you watched the original like Ninja Turtles cartoon, I bet you there's some good stuff in there, of some outdated depictions and shit. But yeah, no, that was odd. Anyways, do you want to do this metal dildo thing?
Sure. But first, let's watch this video.
Oh, okay.
Let's take a look at
what do you got for us?
Hold on. Let me just see which one's going to be best. Nope, not that one. See, folks, this is what I try and do off camera, and then nobody sees the fucking video, so that's great. Okay, I think nope. This one will be. All right, this was two gentlemen caught on camera having a little.
Oh, nice. Isn't it hilarious how every like
You came after me, you motherfucker. No, stop. You guys hear that?
What? You can't just stop.
No.
Oh, nice.
You're doing the fucking wrong. Oh.
Yeah, don't punch like a child with your fucking
on the side of
your
head
hand.
and the side of dude. You're broken.
Jeff done. He done. Back up.
But he also was like punch slapping,
Yeah, he's hitting with this part of his hand.
Punch like a man.
What are you
doing?
Yeah, the fucking little cabana boy fucking comes in and is like, yep. That one.
Yeah. That was pretty decent, yeah. But it is funny how, like, you see how cocky the one dude who obviously can't fight at all.
That's the thing. Okay, yeah.
Neither one of them is exactly.
Yeah, neither of them could do anything.
But
we'll see what this is. Yeah.
But like the cockiness of like, come on, bro, come on. Like,
that's what I was gonna say. Is every bar these guys go into and that they're drunk at, they really do think that they'll fuck up anyone in that bar. These are the dudes that are like,
yeah, it is funny.
Get out of my fucking way. These are just dicks.
But it's just funny how like, and it's not just, it's a fucking high. It's a high percentage of people that when they get angry think that they can fight. And that they're, like,
it's never made any
sense.
Too
many movies and shit. And
I don't know.
Too many daydreams
and also,
of like,
dude, I've had so many people that I've personally fought. That you can tell the second you hit them in the face, they have never been hit in the face before. They absolutely freeze. They don't know what to do. Yeah. They fucking fall to the ground.
You ever fought somebody and it's way too easy because they just like turtle up immediately and you just beat them up? Like, you know what I mean? How many times has that happened? It's just like, dude,
I'm thinking. I don't know.
I can think of like
that.
once or twice that I can think of right now where it's like. I was, just you get the first hit in, and they just like turtle up, and you just fucking keep going.
Yeah, you just
like,
wail on them
until you're satisfied.
Yeah, I guess
and they never do anything. There's been a handful of fights I was in when I was young that like I never even got touched. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah. I've definitely
learned
had
that if you make the first move,
that's
usually
pretty much that's the thing.
With just
like,
a regular person.
That's that's the thing. Is I learned pretty early on, like, if you just hit them first, they don't know what to do.
Taken off.
They have no idea what to do anymore.
Yeah, right.
But then there's other people you hit them and they do
like,
know.
Whoops.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, I'm in. Oh, okay, all right. now we're in it, you know. And then those are the people that I've had a little trouble.
I think
with
of speaking of Ninja Turtles in that situation. I think of something Shredder said in the cartoon.
What's that?
Which is, "He who fights and runs away lives to fight another day."
Oh, that was from Shredder.
That's what I would do in that situation. Yeah, and I would say that on the hilltop as I disappeared into the night.
I just want to. But so this dude here, in the silver-haired gentleman, he looks like he's in pretty good shape for his years.
Yeah, he's like in construction shape, I guess.
Yeah, he looks
yeah.
probably like a strong dude. He could probably
Right.
lift a keg pretty easy, put it in his truck.
Sure, throw it up and have it land on a lady's head.
Fucking neck.
Yeah.
Dude, how about that lady's neck? But yeah, so this is him. Oh, whoa! Come on, bro.
Closer.
It's hit in the face.
Also, like, what was it?
Yeah, what are you stepping up there?
Why are you like galloping face first into his fist? Like he didn't even have his hands up or anything. Like
he's like, no, and then he sees. I mean, what are you?
And then did he just try to like attack him when the guy wasn't looking?
Yeah,
Like,
the guy was walking away. It's just
right.
pathetic.
Yeah.
So there was a story.
And also, like, what do you do on vacation with your family? You're fucking brawling in the pool. Like,
yeah, exactly,
what's wrong
dude.
with you?
How fucking embarrassing are you? Your wife is leaving you.
I like to think
Believe
that
me, or probably already has.
At this point in my adult life, I'm not gonna be at like getting drunk at a pool, and if somebody's being an asshole, I'm not gonna feed into it and get into a fucking fist fight. I'll get it.
It depends on how drunk I am, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Well, okay, maybe if we
too.
If we I know. If we
What are you talking about?
If we do one of our patented drink a fifth and then go out, then possibly
one of those.
Yeah.
This thing reminded me of a story of an incident I hope I didn't tell it on this show, but so
say there's a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, one of my buddies had a wedding. He was married.
Okay.
And we were all young. We were probably in our early 20s. And so he had a small wedding. Nobody went. Nobody was invited. It was just a small.
Sure.
But then he had a reception. And so we all went to the reception. And I can't remember where it was. It was outside of, in one of these burbs around here at a hall or some shit. And so we all proceed to get totally hammered and go, hey, let's go to the bars. Now we're all dressed up and shit. And we go over to Doc Ryan's in Elmhurst. And it's a big group of us. And we get there, and there's a bunch of these guys. A fucking bunch of, older, tough guy fucking...
that you think they're like firemen when you maybe
yeah,
first
they,
or something?
or they
or
just
like,
think they own the fucking bar or whatever.
But I always, whenever I see that, I think that they're like cops or firemen or
something. Yeah, they give
like,
that vibe. Or just like a businessman that's just an alpha.
Needlessly insecure,
Yeah,
aggressive.
just
Like,
they have to impose
yeah.
their will all the time and be in charge. And
Right.
Yeah, these kind of... So we're being, stupid, and we're fucking all in the back of the bar. And somehow a little thing starts between my buddy and him. And I guess probably say names. It was my buddy Chuck. And we're trying to be like, all right, fucking knock it off. Who cares? But this keeps going, and it keeps going. And then by the time, now it starts to be a thing. Now there's other people getting involved. Now it's like, fuck you. Now we're going outside, right?
Yeah.
And so we're all like, and so these guys, they don't realize that they just fucking picked a fight with a bunch of dudes that like train together, have trained for a long
go to
time,
classes.
and are fucking
Like-
pissed off all
Right.
the time. And so fucking yeah. So we go outside. The plan was Sam goes, I'm gonna fucking go out first. I'm gonna hide by the side. You draw him out. I'm gonna fucking hit the first dude
He's
in the
got
fucking side of the face. and
guerrilla
knock him out.
warfare
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah. So this
Yeah.
whole thing's planned out. So we're like, all right. So we go out. Chuck doesn't fucking follow the plan at all. Just fucking spills out, starts trying to and so this is what happens. So we spill out. One of them fucking tries to go at Chuck. Sam hits it. Sam's the smallest dude with us, and he takes the biggest fucking dude on. And this dude's like squares off with him. It's like this, you know what I mean? And fucking the dude like it squares up, and Sam just fucking hits him in the fucking side, like in the body. He just folds him over. This dude's like, oh, you know what I mean?
No, that's like
that's great.
Somebody who actually knows, like that's one thing. If you didn't ever think about it, you probably wouldn't try that right off the bat. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But like that's extremely painful,
you're
and
gonna
that can end
yeah.
a fight easily.
Oh yeah,
you know
and
what I
especially
mean?
you
Like,
get so much leverage in that
Right.
fucking punch. You're
Yeah.
getting so he hits him. Boom. Now it's all on. One dude squares up. Another dude comes up behind Chuck. Tries sneak attacking him. I'm like, I don't think so, buddy. Whatever. I fucking get on him.
Did you say that?
I'm like, hey, like that. And then he like looks at me, and he was a big fucking dude. And so he comes at me. We square off. he just like lunges at me, grabs me. So now we're like entangled. He had the sweater on, I remember. And I fucking like leaned down, like drove him backwards into the fucking brick wall, the brick building. And then he like used his force with his leg and he shoved himself off the building and like we both toppled backwards and I landed on my head on the edge of the curb and got knocked out for like a second. Anyways, so I fucking come to, this guy's on top of my arms. So I'm like fucking trying to get my arms out from underneath him, but he's fucking hit me in the face on the side of my face, and I'm just fucking, I'm looking at him going, dude, you fucking hit like a bitch, man. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Because I couldn't get my fucking arms out. And he's just like hitting me, and I'm like, dude, and I'm getting fucking pissed, man. And then all of a sudden I see a fist come from the side, bam, and hit him in the face, and I look over, and it's and it's Luke. And Luke's like fucking 18 at this time. And fucking he just fucking bam tees off on this guy. And he's like, boom. And he goes, what the fuck? And then I just see it again. Boom. Boom. He hits him like fucking 3 times. And then the dude's like leaning away. So then Luke starts fucking coming in with his foot and just kicking this dude in the face. This guy just fucking, he was all fucking tipsy and just like rolled off of me and shit. Then I get up and I'm going to go after him. And I notice, because they got way more people than us. And fucking, so 2 of them have Chuck by the arms, and Chuck's on one knee, and 2 guys are holding one on each arm.
Is this a
and
biker
another
movie
dude's
from the
fucking
60s?
and another dude's hitting him, and then fucking finally our other buddy Chuck Kerner, like a few other bigger dudes
stuff.
come
2
up.
people holding your arms while somebody else hits
and
you.
I
like,
just came to, and I just got up, and my little ass brother is fucking beating this dude's ass. And I look over there, and so all of a sudden now the rest of our friends come out though. And these guys were already, you know what I mean? So now it's even like people, and then they just started getting their fucking asses beat. They're just fucking ducking and diving, and they all just got beat back into the bar, and then they quick locked the door, and then they were like yelling at the fucking bartender to call the cops, and they're at the window like banging on it, like, dude, cops are coming, and we're just like, good, like, you fucking pussy, like,
good, we'll beat them up too.
But actually, then we're like, dude, we gotta go.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So we got the fuck out of there. But it was just a fucking classic example of a bunch of like wannabe fucking tough guys never actually got in a fight, and then they just took on people that like wanted to fight,
right?
And then it just went horribly wrong. Except for me, I got the worst of it because it just shit like that happens in fights sometimes. So
there's chaos. You never know what could happen. That's why it's dangerous, and I don't really like to do it anymore. You know?
Yeah, dude, that was one of several times I've landed on my skull on the edge of a curb.
You know what happens with stuff like that? When the cops do show up, though, like I've seen it a few times where it's like.
Did we lose everyone with my story?
No, probably. It's the same as it's always been. But I've seen it a few times where like I've either been involved or just watched like a giant brawl outside of a place.
Yeah.
And the cops show up and they never arrest anyone.
No,
it's like,
they're not,
unless somebody's really hurt or something.
Yeah,
but,
they'll
like,
tend to
him. Yeah.
And they'll like walk around and.
But
talk
it's
to
usually
people,
just
get
considered
names
like,
and
hey,
shit.
you're all fucking assholes.
Yeah.
Everybody get out of here. There was a time outside the Uptown that we were involved in like a giant like 6-person blob of like where it wasn't actually, it starts out of like not really punching, and it's this like evolving blob
like kind of
people,
grabbing
like,
each other,
and somebody like starts going, and
those are cool fights.
It ended up with like there's like 5 of us, 6 of us, I don't remember, and the one crazy broad who this whole time has been trying to punch people, and we're just like, dude, she tried to punch Alex, there's one of our generals, and he like moved his head back, and she did the classic like spin and fall down. Dude, everybody overserved. Just a shit show, you know what I mean? And then it ends up with like, so when we actually start fighting with these guys, she's like around the outside trying to punch people, and I just remember seeing her fly through this giant window. Like, however, we're all, and nobody did it on purpose, but it was just the momentum of everybody together. I just remember seeing her just take the full brunt of like the weight of 5 people, and she just went backwards through this giant fucking shop window of the place next door. God. And got up. I don't think she was bleeding or anything somehow, but like
fucking
this
lucky,
dude, I know
dude.
she could have been
Holy
killed.
Shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's dangerous.
So even
dude.
that time, dude, the whole giant window, I'm talking like a 6-foot window, is shattered, and so there's that. There's two guys that lost the fight, are like laying beaten up and bloody in the street, and the rest of us are just standing there like, we didn't do anything. And
hey, what happened out here? We're taking a look.
It was perfect timing. I had just uninvolved myself with the melee, and the cops come up like 2 seconds later.
Yeah.
And the cop, he didn't even get. He's just like, all right, everybody, get out of here. And then the two guys that lost, who of course were the fucking assholes that started the whole thing. And this is the old joke. They were from Cicero.
Oh
no! But you know the joke.
I know the joke.
How do
you know somebody's from Cicero?
Yeah, they're fucking telling you constantly.
They'll tell you.
Yeah, and so, anyways, I think they thinks that gives them magical powers or something. I don't know.
Dude, we fucking had to beat up a gang of Cicero dudes at a party once.
But then they wanted the cops to arrest us. But you know what was funny about this? Right after this was over, so the cops show up, so I slipped back into the bar because I was actually playing. This was one of my shows. So I had like taken a break to beat people up during or right after the show, whatever. So because I was doing a show, I had like extra clothes and shit. So I just ran inside and changed my like shirt and hat really fast.
You're one Adidas shirt with another Adidas shirt.
Right, yeah, just different color stripes. And
like that. That guy's wearing red.
I come back out, and the cops are asking me, like, what happened here? I'm like, man, these guys, I don't know. They were trying to fight a bunch of people. I guess they finally found what they were looking for, and they're standing like 10 feet from me and so dumb and drunk they don't even recognize me. We've been just fighting for. It was one of those long ones that took a long time to get going and everything. Yeah.
Too many intro bars.
Right, but the cops are like, yeah, whatever, dude. You guys aren't seem like assholes. And I was just pretending. I was like, man, I don't know. I was inside. But from what I saw, those guys attacked some people and then got beat up, But
now I'm just thinking about fight stories. God, there's so many.
They didn't care though. The police, they don't care.
No, as they shouldn't.
No, who cares? It's a
bunch
bunch of drunk idiots beating each other up. Who cares?
So we were at this bar, local bar, and we run into some folks that we know, some dudes. I didn't really know.
Oh.
No, just some dudes that like went to school with some of my friends. I didn't really know them or whatever. And we're all getting hammered. We're all in our early 20s, whatever. And then one of them notices this guy across the bar. He's like, dude, that's that dude that hit so-and-so, a girl, right? Mm-hmm. And so that always changes the tenor, big time.
Yeah.
Because, A, it's more justified in most people's minds.
It's really just that you now have a reason.
That's what I'm saying. It's like now you can you know you're not going to be the asshole.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
You can just you're justified. So
I have an excuse to hurt someone.
So he's like, dude, blah, blah, blah. And these guys weren't like tough dudes or whatever. I didn't think. I don't know. But so now they start jawing back and forth, and I'm like, oh, they don't even see that or whatever. And so, but lo and behold, and now, so this was like one of the coldest fucking days of that winter. It was freezing out. So I'm with my buddy Chuck, and this was a couple of his buddies. So now now they're over there. Now they go over there, they're yelling at each other and blah, blah, blah. And so now everyone's getting kicked out, right? So now I'm like, okay, well, this is going to be a fight. Somebody's fighting somebody, right?
We just ruined our night.
That's fine. But it was like almost closing time. Everyone's hammered. And so we all spill out into the street because they're telling us, everyone get the fuck out, like us and whatever. And we go out, and I'm like, fuck, dude, our coats. So I'm like, I'm going to go grab all of our coats. So I go in, and then by the time I went in, grabbed the coats, and came back out, I saw there was like a fucking big circle of people in the middle of the street, right outside the bar. And I'm like, oh, shit, these dudes are going, right? And I walk up, and it's just my buddy Chuck. He's got this dude on the ground, and he's just beating the fuck out of this dude. And the dude was big, man. He was a big dude. He was cocking off a lot. And so
everybody watching like that scene in
And he
Rocky,
was like, yeah. So he's just, it was just like everybody. And then the bar owner who we knew was like out there like, we got to stop. Yeah. So we're like, okay, fuck. So I come out, and I see this. And I see the amount of people, and I hear people like, call the cops, And I'm like, dude. So I'm like, Chuck, what the fuck? So he's like, okay, he gets up, he gets out of there. This dude's on the ground still. He was fucking hurt. And so we're like, fuck, let's go. I'm like, where's your car? So we run to his car, and a couple other people just fall in tow that weren't with us. That just, so we all
just the chaos.
Yeah, a couple people that we knew but weren't with us.
When you get in some situation, all of a sudden you have extra people. Like, who are you? Like, I don't know. I fucking ran away.
Yeah.
Like,
so we get to his car, and we fucking all jump in there, and he's like, let's go. We're going to go to fucking Galway's, right? That's the after-hour bar. So we're like, let's get the fuck out of here and get a drink, baby.
Yeah.
And so we get in the car, and we fucking pull out of the parking lot that we're in onto York Road, or Addison Street, and the cops are already coming down with their lights on, right? And so we're going this way. They're coming this way. And they fucking, woo, woo, to us, and they shine their light. And so Chuck slows down, he stops, and they go, hey, they go, turn it around, go back in. And we're like, and Chuck goes, oh, all right. So they go, and he just goes, wow, fucking, we just leave. We just take off, right? So we just fucking got out. So we get to Galway's, right?
Wait,
and we're like, yeah, we did it.
They did not catch
They
you?
didn't do it because there's a huge group of people in the street, so they had to tend to that shit, you know?
Oh,
So we
okay.
just, I don't know, his just mind kicked in and was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
fuck this.
So they didn't go after you.
They didn't go after us.
Oh,
So we
okay.
get to Galway's and we're like, fuck yeah. And like Chuck's telling me exactly how it went down, all this shit, blah, blah, blah. And then we're over by the bar and we're like, the fuck's that over there? There's a couple cops talking to the bouncers at the front door, and all these bouncers knew us very well. We were friends with all
You guys
these
went
guys.
to the most obvious place, the only other bar that's open. Like, yeah.
And I'm sure somebody was like, yeah, it was so-and-so. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So we're like, ah, shit.
You guys
whatever.
don't even think about going to maybe put the car away for the night, you know? Maybe walk back out. Like,
And so we're watching them, and then we see them. Now they're pointing over towards us, and we're like, fuck, dude. You know? So sure enough, the cops walk over to us.
The cops are asking the bouncers, did you see a group of overly excited men talking loudly about a fight they were just in?
Yeah, so either way, they come over. We try fucking walking across the bar like we're going to fucking just like act casual, you know? Yeah, totally. And they're like, gentlemen. And we're like, huh? What? Oh, officer, what? You know, this kind of thing.
Would you like to have a word with us?
Up?
Whatever for.
And they're like, get over here. And then they pull us over there. And then they tell all the other people in the bar to get off of that side of the bar so they could talk to us. So now we look like we're an actual drill. Now the rest of the bar is looking like, fuck did these guys do? Who is that? You know, whatever. Yeah. And so, but ever since that day, we had a fucking reputation around that bar. I mean, we already did, but.
So what happened, though? What did they do?
So they go up and they're like, first of all, they question us together at first, and then they separated us, and they're asking us just like, were you involved in were you involved in a fight over it? We're like, no. What do you know? We were there for a minute. You know, we both had somewhat of the same story, so they're like, all right, yeah. They fucking left.
Really?
Yeah, they left. We did nothing ever
It's
happened to
fucking
that.
awesome when that happens. When
Yeah,
you're
oh,
like,
dude.
somehow you
Once
just
that happened,
don't admit to anything,
and the cops
sometimes
left,
they go away.
and we stayed there and partied the rest of the night. Then people that didn't even know us were coming up like, dude, what the fuck was that? Oh, and now we're like fucking. Now we're high on that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good night.
And then
Great story.
Except for the.
Great memory.
Except for the people that thought you guys were all snitches.
Oh, yeah.
Cops come in and ask you some questions, pull you away from
That's a
everyone.
good
Like,
point.
oh yeah, we totally were in trouble.
I never even thought of that.
A lot of trouble.
Yeah, I guess the people that knew us there already knew what we did and shit.
Oh, before we forget,
we're also just like, yeah. Anyways,
sorry, I wanted to. We have that one last video too.
What
that
do we
didn't
have?
do the 25-foot dildo thing.
Oh, is that a video?
It's a news story that's in there. I haven't seen it, but we also have the story is in article form. But I figured usually when we just kind of try these news stories out, it usually works out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's take a look at that.
So this headline says, "Furious man says 25-foot metal dildo erected outside his house has ruined retirement plans." A furious man claims a 25-foot property owner Brian Swanson and his fellow residents have been left livid after Wolverhampton Council erected the 5G mast, allegedly with no warning. And he's calling it a dildo, I guess.
Oh, I thought this was an actual 25-foot dildo, you motherfucker.
But,
hey, not you, motherfucker. Brian Swanson, get over yourself, buddy.
Right, and stop trying to be cute.
Yeah,
That's
knock
stupid.
it off. What are you, the Edge from fucking U2? Look at you.
The
Take a good look in the
monstrosity-
mirror,
yeah.
Brian.
Oh, do you want to just watch the news story? I think it's
Sure.
up at the top.
Yeah,
because
let's
it'll
take
probably
a
be
look at
funny.
it.
Yeah, it looks British to me.
Okay, so Brian, how
Oh,
long
it
has
is.
this mast been here for now?
It's been here for about 3 weeks now.
There's no video?
And I feel it's a bit of an eyesore
Oh.
from where your flat is positioned.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I thought it'd be a
definitely.
news
All
story.
I do now in the mornings is open,
That's just a minute.
open the curtains, and there's this big monstrosity straight in front of my window. Spoil the view of all the park. And that's the reason I brought the flat, is because of
Is
the,
this
the
what's
lovely
going
view
on
of
in
the
Britain?
park.
What's the reason you dressed like the Unabomber?
Yeah, no, he's
The
Edge
deva-
from fucking
devaluation
U2.
of the
Oh, yeah.
property. Well, and it's just a complete eyesore.
And as far
All right, why are you on the news?
Not with any.
why
of us
is
in
this
the
a
flat.
What's
story?
happening? Why is this a story? What is
And what
not?
would you like to see done?
No, this
Well,
was sent in by.
I'd
What is
like
not
that to be
happening
moved
in
somewhere. I know it's,
Wolverhampton?
a bit of a long shot to ask, but
What are they
should have
covering?
backed by just so
What is this a
good plans.
distraction from?
Yeah, what's
You
really
know.
happening in Wolverhampton?
Consulted with
Yeah.
them. and said, well,
Gloucestershire.
what about
Right.
an alternative position away from any of the houses?
Well, I would be worried
Beyond
about the
trees,
5G,
it wouldn't have been so
not
bad
the
then.
dildo-ness.
Yeah.
I'd be worried about the fucking 5G giving you
And why
death.
is that automatic? It said it reduced his property value by 10,000 whatever the fuck
Quid.
they have. Yeah. 10,000 monies.
What were you calling them? Blinkos?
Yeah, right. Just it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah,
there's
last third hour we went deep into economics and then realized neither of us know what they are.
Yeah. But by the way, I'm looking at when they show this thing, it doesn't look
I
that
know, it
crazy
doesn't
to
look
me
like
at
anything.
all.
It looks like one of those
like
fucking
like
heat lamps
like
or
a
heat-
lamppost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what is this guy so?
What
and
a
25
fucking
feet
twat.
is not like a monstrous giant thing. You know what I mean?
You put a street light outside my flat.
Yeah, dude.
Me property value is going down
How
10
high-
quid.
How high do you suppose a traffic light is? Maybe about 20 feet?
Maybe.
15 at the least.
Oh, yeah, no, it's
I
probably
mean,
more. I
there's-
mean, okay,
there's-
so I'm
well,
looking
okay,
at a
there's different
25-foot
so
ladder.
what about the... well, my point is,
Yeah.
there's 25-foot things all over the place. What is this guy so fucking upset about?
I don't know.
Like,
What does he want him to do? Disguise it like a tree or something? Would that help?
Right. How tall is your house, sir? Your house
Yeah,
is
it's a
awfully
fucking
tall.
monstrosity.
It's
I don't
fucking
like
yeah.
it.
What I mean, look, actually, you can even tell in the picture. I'm pretty sure it's evident that his roof is higher than that thing. You're not allowed to complain about anything lower than your own house if this is your fucking. But what? Anyways, he says, "I've considered selling it, and I think I could lose money. Nobody wants to
You
see
think you could?
a great big
Why are you
mast with
on
a
the
box.
news?
Nobody. He's not even complaining about like 5G is somehow unhealthy or some shit.
That's
or
what I'm
whatever.
saying.
But he's going. Nobody wants to see a big mast with a box next to it. What?
Oh my god!
You live in a town. That's
Yeah,
normal
that's
town
all-
stuff.
That's all over the
Look,
fucking place.
there's a street. Look at what's right next to it. The street light. It's barely.
Oh, it's bigger than that,
It's
though.
barely.
That's
I know,
a
but
piece of
barely. And you know what I mean? Like
guy's a bozo.
It's like 10 feet bigger than that. The trees are taller.
Oh,
Come on, man.
All right, we got 10 minutes ago. Should we cut it a little early? I think we're out of. I think we got to everything we wanted to. I think that might be the first episode.
No, we've done it before.
Have
And
we?
also, we did not do the Mark Cuban thing.
Oh yeah, Mark
or
Cuban.
the San Francisco District Attorney recall vote.
Yeah,
which
I
I
didn't
don't
bring
really
it.
care
Yeah,
about.
I was gonna
but
say
whatever. He right wasn't tough enough on crime.
Something
or
like
something.
that.
But it is a. It is.
Oh, you know what else we didn't do?
It seems like there's sort of a slight political shift happening out in California these days. You know, I've kind of noticed that.
I have
you see
too.
some of these liberal politicians being recalled because I think
They're
conditions
soft on
well, especially in
crime.
San Francisco, I think
Yeah.
conditions have gotten kind of ridiculous in some ways. You know,
Well, their policies are ludicrous.
So I don't even know because like.
Well, the fact that that it is unpunished to steal retail under $1,000, and now I mean that's a lot of places, and just having people literally all day long walking into Walgreens and just filling bags with shit and walking out, and everyone just being like, "What?"
That has been happening a lot, and you know. But you know what they're taking advantage of too. Like you couldn't do that at somebody's store that they own; they would fight you. They're also taking advantage of that. Nobody really cares that much. It's like
Yeah,
you know,
Walgreens is a pretty significant.
Am I gonna
corporation.
fucking risk my
No,
you know my health to save Walgreens $100 in stolen bananas or whatever?
Whoa.
What?
All right, let's take a look at this. So I've been
Walgreens sell bananas. I don't know.
That's what, yeah. No.
All right.
I've been looking at this. This is a kind of a cool thing. I've always been kind of a fan of Mark Cuban. He's kind of all over the board. One of those billionaires that I kind of dig or whatever. But yeah, he has. He's formed a corporation that is now slashing drug prices.
Tom has sets of like billionaire trading cards and stuff, like with all their stats on the back. I bet that is a thing, right?
Oh,
It has to
if
be.
it's not,
Yeah.
If it's not,
super spreaders, get on it.
Yeah, or don't. Okay. We'll do it. All right, yeah, but let's take a look at what he's doing because I thought this was this is a feel good story, and I like those sometimes, and I do also like volume.
Has the strength, the stamina, the mental acuity, the alertness to be taking on what is the toughest job in the world, being the president of the United States. Do you in your heart
What is
believe he
this?
does?
This is the fucking question. This is
100%,
not.
absolutely, no question about it.
This is fine. Okay.
Donald Trump doesn't want to run a country. He wants to run a campaign. Joe Biden actually wants to run a country.
Okay, that's you. Give me a bumper
This is your
sticker.
guy? This is who you like? What was that? Oh, is it because
celebrity investor Mark Cuban?
Hold on, is it because the thing already played and went to a different video?
Probably.
That happens sometimes.
No, but this was.
Did you refresh the page?
I stopped this right when I had.
Because that made no sense.
That made
Mark Cuban
no
Company
sense.
slashes high drug prices, life changing.
Then,
like I love Biden.
Yeah, and then it was that.
Yes. Do you think
Hell
Trump
yeah.
is going to run again?
I do.
I think it.
I do.
I think it's pretty likely, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't know. Maybe DeSantis.
When has there been? What was it? John Quincy Adams, I think, or somebody that has happened before in history that somebody was president, then not president, then got elected.
This is
again,
the
right?
video. This is the video that they paired with this fucking article.
Ah, Jesus.
Anyways,
All
let me
right,
just.
we
I'll just.
tried.
Celebrity
Yeah.
investor Mark Cuban is receiving praise on social media after he launched a new company that provides patients access to affordable medication. Owner of the Dallas Mavericks basketball team, exactly. And an investor on the TV show Shark Tank, Cuban launched the Mark Cuban Cost Plus Drug Company, great name, a direct-to-consumer online company that offers more than 100 generic medications at discount prices. Investor said he aims to be the low-cost provider of medications to patients. Now that on second thought, I'm not sure actually what I think about this. Now that he said that he thinks that Biden has the wherewithal to be.
Yeah.
So I guess that was a good clip to pair with that.
Cadence Ann says this guy is a bozo. And
I think she was
says-
talking about the Brit.
Oh, okay. But then she said, "Damn, I used to like Cuban."
Yeah.
It is, dude. It is hard to when somebody like.
I mean, don't like Trump. That's fine. But,
but it gets hard
but-
when somebody's like a real fan of a president. It always makes it hard for me to take them seriously as a person, because of my worldview.
Yeah.
It's like
these guys are all fucking sketchy. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like.
And also, like, I don't know. I just remember when in music communities when Obama was in office, people would just gush about him constantly, and to me, it just seems so sycophantic and weird. That I classify them in a different place in my brain when they do that.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
Okay, this guy is kind of dumb, whatever. But and then of course we had the Trump people on that were either obsessed with hating him or obsessed with vindicating him or whatever.
Yeah, it was just that was such a bifurcation of insanity that I have never seen anything like that.
I agree. Bifurcation. Is that like a diaspora? Is that same thing or?
After I haven't drank in a few weeks and my words are coming back.
Right. Yeah. Your vocabulary has increased.
But no, looking at this though, so there's a couple angles that you could look at this. I mean, I'm not a fan of pharmaceuticals to begin with.
So yeah, I mean, the gist of this is that he's trying to offer people pharmaceuticals that at a price that they can afford, and he's not making a ton of profit.
But I'm sure he's going to make a lot.
I mean, something. Yeah.
He's not a billionaire for no reason.
Exactly. Yeah, but he's basically saying he's going for much lower margins.
Because what's going to happen is then he's going to corner that market. So he'll just have everyone. It'll be the Amazon of drugs.
So how could he possibly do something like this without being murdered immediately? That's
I don't know.
understand. Is he rich enough to have that kind of protection?
Yeah, I don't know. That's Elon Musk too.
Yeah,
I did hear Elon Musk's transgender daughter is trying to legally divorce him as a dad or something like that. She doesn't want anything to do with him or something. And I'm not
in
sure
my
why
opinion,
that
they
is.
never should have been married. That's grotesque.
It's incest.
Yeah,
and
but.
Not that he married a transgender, because that's fine, but because the transgender was his own kid.
It's a lot of reasons. But no. So, but like, is he? That almost makes you wonder. It's like the whole, Donald Trump thing, where people thought he was like this savior and fighting against the New World Order, and it's like, well,
maybe
why would he not have been murdered immediately if that were true? Like, what are people saying out there?
This has been going on for a long time. His cheaper drug thing. Okay,
he charges 15% over every. I know.
Look, we're ill-informed.
Sorry, Jesus. Do you ever notice once in a while we just do a story from 9 years ago?
Yeah,
because we
just watched Gilligan's Island,
right? Exactly,
from 1943.
We decided to basically abandon current events.
Yeah. I don't care what's happening right now. I'm concerned of what happened a long time ago. Sometimes,
exactly,
and that's what's affecting us now.
To give today's news context. That's what we provide.
Exactly. That's what we're doing. We're providing
historical
context.
Context.
Yes.
And On that note, I feel about tapped out.
The ill-informed, sober, drunk show. Yeah, me too, guys. All right.
Tired. Got shit to do.
I know, man. Life's been tiring lately.
I know.
But hopefully we.
You know what I want to do? I have the weirdest craving to watch The Simpsons right now. Do you ever get that? It's like once in a while.
Not for a while, I haven't.
Just because of the place it held in our childhoods and stuff.
Oh yeah,
and how
it was prominent.
Deeply ingrained it is. There's a certain
prominent place in my psyche.
Yeah, there's a certain craving I get once in a while. That's like I only want it to be The Simpsons.
Seinfeld's like that.
Yeah, Seinfeld is like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Seinfeld. There's a handful.
Very
of shows
comforting
like
to
that.
have.
All right, guys.
That's what I'm gonna do.
All right, Vinny's gonna go off and watch cartoons.
Hey,
I'm
what
gonna
season
go
should
off
I
and
watch?
play
Tell me in
video
the
games
chat.
like two adult men do, and yeah, we had some fun, laughs, a lot of race talk,
world history with Tom and Vinny,
a lot of uncomfortable race talk, and yeah.
The ill-informed, sober, drunk show. Did we say that?
Night to all the super spreaders, and
later.
We will be back next time. Till then, see you next Tuesday.